I'm already switching to the stream. And just select the game that I forgot to select. Yes. And share as well on Discord.
I noticing you're very quiet, by the way, even though I have you turned up on Discord.
Oh, it might have happened the same thing. I should adjust that just a second. It's also kinda quiet on OBS.
Oh,
I think Discord did that same thing again. Now it should be better.
yep.
Uh, Let me just double check my Discord settings. I have two clients and they both might be doing some different stuff. Um, Wait, what? Should not have changed. That's kind of weird, but okay. Anyway, we're back. And last time we were about to start on case 4. It's still on episode 3 here because I think it hasn't actually properly exited.
Yep.
Okay, but yeah.
Last time we just saw the eye taker for the first time. Ooh.
Yeah, and we didn't even get the achievements that we finished episode 3, but whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
I will say I very much do like this design.
It reminds me a lot of the. What was the. I always forget specific names of characters, but the One Piece swordsman.
Zoro? No, Shanks.
Neither of those. The first enemy that. The first rival of Zoro. Like the greatest swordsman in the world or something.
Oh, Mihawk.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I think. Speak again.
I can see it.
Okay, I think I need to turn the desktop audio down a bit because it is quite peaky. Okay.
Yep.
This might be bad. Oh, I did not meant to
Oh.
address that.
Oh, okay. He's Eris's dad.
Okay. Okay, so who takes I taker?
I don't know. I don't know if I can do a good eye taker voice. You look
Okay,
so mysterious. I don't think I can be mysterious.
Let me see then. It's all a bit anticlimactic, isn't it? What is, father?
Oh yeah, that's good.
I was really counting on all hell breaking loose in this city.
No, don't show me a sprite where we can see his face immediately after he's being mysterious. That's not right. Come on.
Yeah, that completely changes the vibe. But okay.
Yeah, no, like, where did his aura go? What the fuck?
Either old Lloyd would succeed, or Lucio would suss him out and take his lead in a bloody spectacle. Ruby's kid really goes through to a fault, doesn't he? Everything ended too peacefully. He does tend to do that, doesn't he? We don't even have Justin to show for all our trouble. Who was Justin?
Victim of the last case, Justin Way.
Right. God. Ooh. That is bad memory, okay. Oh boy. I was really betting on him entering the fold with us. It's a pity. He was taken from us too soon. Also, this song, I think, was feeding in my Mafia vibes. Don't worry, we still have Frag on our side. Yeah, we just have to put the final piece on her. I walked to the cafe again. I was coming after the lunch rush. There weren't that many people there. I spotted her talking to one of her employees. That was a weird sound, but okay. Oh, I forgot to check the whatever was causing this those icons to bugouts. I'm gonna turn down a bit on in-game because it is actually kind of a lot for me. Check the inventory and tell me if we're running low on anything. I don't want to scrambling around like last week. Tyrion! Everyone's talking about what happened. It seems that the Duke of Commerce was no match for the Lightsworn Monarch. What's that look for? You did win, didn't you? It's a bit more complicated than that.
Oh yeah, but you did win.
Yeah. Scale lot. I know. Is that really all we are to people like him? So many people could have gotten hurt. I live pretty close to the industrial district. I could have been caught in that explosion. I can't imagine what would have happened if Justin had never decided to rebel against Von Sectus. Did he really do that though? What? Do you really think he was rebelling against the Duke? Maybe he just decided to teleport on that catwalk instead of the office. I thought you believed in him more than anyone else. I did, but did I really know anything about him? He was different after he served his sentence. Not worse, just different. I never knew he had debts to a criminal warlord. I never knew what actually happened to him in the dungeons over those years. He never wanted to talk about it. I'd read a lot of stories about what happened in the dungeons throughout Warvengat. I couldn't imagine what he must have gone through in there. It was my fault he went through that. I should have never let him take the fall from me. Don't say that. He made his own decision, and that decision was to protect you. Justin stole everything he could. He didn't care. I don't know. Was it? But,
Is
yeah.
Weaving Phantom never stole gold?
Oh, that was her speaking? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's her
Makes
claim
sense.
that we have to present evidence against.
Yeah, I thought it was just Tyrion. Okay, yeah. He had every reason to take the gold in Draculian's safe, but he left it there. He didn't know what those documents would be used for, but he knew that taking the gold would harm Draculian. He left it. Despite everything he was doing, he still held gratitude and respect towards Draculian. I guess that makes sense when you put it that way. Thanks. I know it's been a while, but if you ever need to talk, I'm here. And that ended another chapter in my life as an attorney. It would be very funny if in that very moment the end chapter achievement would pop up.
Yeah.
I always swore that I'd never return to Arnax. I thought I needed to keep the past buried. But coming back here was exactly what I needed to start burying what happened all those years ago. I honestly felt an indignant fury towards the Duke. I didn't think I could ever forget what he had planned for the city. But I wasn't alone anymore. I had Miss Timora, I had Celeste, and I had my friends in Arnax. I didn't need to carry all of this by myself. And in that moment, thinking back to the night Celeste comforted me, I realized something. I think I have feelings for her. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I could see that coming after the last scene.
Yeah. What?
Like with them blushing and stuff. I will say, though, not a romantic subplot that I particularly care for.
Yeah.
I feel very indifferent to it.
Yeah. Kinda the same, yeah. I stood up from my seat, my eyes wide in terror. The migraine returned with a vengeance.
He realizes he has a crush and is terrified.
Scared lot.
So
I think I
scary.
have feelings for Celeste. Oh, shit. Don't fucking tell me. She also.
I swear to God.
Okay, that I'm a little more against that than Celeste. But okay.
Yes, no, it's like... That's getting a little too generic anime for my taste. We can't have everyone be into the protagonist or I'll be mad.
That's great to hear.
Do not give that motherfucker more than one love interest.
Is that great? I don't actually know what the deal is between you two. She's my coworker, Rika. Yeah,
Technically,
but...
your employee, no?
Yeah,
She
true.
is your bodyguard? Like, she works for you. She's not just a colleague.
Yeah,
You're
but...
literally her boss, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Unhealthy power imbalance, unbelievable.
you're obviously more than that. You're friends, at least. I never considered romantic relationships until now. We spent a lot of time together anyway. What would that even change if we went down that route?
Choosing to believe Tyrion is on the aromantic spectrum for this. Okay,
Humans-
yeah. I don't think he's normal. Who the fuck thinks of it this way?
Okay, yeah. Humans entered romantic relationships to fulfill emotional needs and engage in intimacy, both of which enrich the lives of both parties. Thinking about the intimacy was very distracting. I needed to focus on something else. Rika, what do I do? Tyrion, I've known her for 3 days. You really need to give me more to work with. Well, okay, maybe she was just reacting with surprise, and it wasn't actually.
Yeah, okay. She's my goat, actually.
I guess it all started a few months ago. I met her at a tavern, and she introduced herself with a joke about masturbation, I think.
It- I don't remember what her introduction was. Was that her introduction?
That seems actually vaguely familiar. What?
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, yeah.
It made more sense the way she said it. Okay, let's just start with something simple. How did she start working as a bodyguard? Oh, that's a bit of a long story too. Rika sat down at a table nearby as she called over the waiter. I've got some hours to kill before the dinner rush. Tell me. Oh. Okay.
Okay, now we're done.
Okay. I don't think that's how Tyrion started to tell the story, and it's probably just there is some backstory. Okay. In the kingdom of Wyverngat, there was a gulf between what was lawful and what was just. Here, ideals were just fairy tales. They were pleasant to think about, but they distracted from how the world really was. You're naive, but I've been starting to think that if everyone else was like you, the world wouldn't be the way it was. But the world was the way it was. Not even you, with all of your special divine powers, could change that. I can't believe Cuthbert used the Eye of Horrors on the client. He's becoming more and more reckless, and I think McCoy is just making him worse. I wonder what he was like with his real mother. It's definitely nothing like Ryan was.
Who the fuck is Ryan?
I'm guessing the father? Uh, adopting him was a mistake.
Damn. Okay, Ruby.
Oh? Oh, we got a Beatrice here, don't we? Do we?
I feel like I can make her British, so I kind of want to take this one, but like I think I've been making a lot of people British, and I worry they might be starting to sound the same. I don't know. But also I don't know. I can go for it if.
Yeah, I think this is probably for the best.
Is something wrong, Timora?
No, it's nothing.
Well, the trial is about to begin, and all of our futures are at stake.
If I were to do her voice, I don't think I could avoid just going full Umineko Beatrice and making her
I see, yeah, okay.
way too whimsy and yeah.
Starts cackling.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, miss. Actually, what do you go by now?
Just Beatrice, but they'll be using my legal name anyway.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh? Maybe?
I might need to give her. I might need to give her back to you, actually.
You have a point. Um, hmm. Beatrice muttered some kind of mantra before clapping her hands together. She had been doing that a lot since we met. It must have been some kind of meditative ritual for her. I couldn't help but side-eye Ares. I was a little annoyed with how careless she was being. Is something wrong, Timora? I would just like to know what you think you're doing here. My father was sent me to accompany Beatrice to the courthouse. It's a new environment for her. We do need to keep her condition in mind after all. I wasn't so convinced. Her father had a lot more sense than that. Not to mention that Ares always liked stirring up trouble. She took a lot of pressure in complicating my jobs. It was apparently her favorite pastime. And the boss, doting father that he was, just let her do as she pleased. I hope you understand. Oh god, okay, I can't. It's hard to go exit Ares mode and keep switching back and forth. I hope you understand how much you're risking by being seen with me. You were already pushing it when you approached us at the academy. Don't you think we are worrying too much? You've been preparing for this, haven't you? Just keep your head low and make sure no one connects you to your father. You know how important this fight is. Why? Would knowing my true identity cause friction with your son? He's not my... Oh, speak of the devil. Her true identity? Is it really her true identity that Timora knows? I am feeling that Ares is hiding the actual true identity, and Timora only thinks that she knows.
Yep.
Okay. I spotted Cuthbert and McCoy walking into the courtroom with the other members of the gallery. I guess after our little argument, he wanted to see how this trial would turn out. McCoy spotted me gave me a friendly yet uncomfortable smile. Cuthbert froze for a moment before looking away and walking silently into the courtroom. Parental troubles? We had a disagreement earlier. It's nothing to worry about. If you say so. I was wary about what he saw in Beatrice's mind. He had always been a good kid, but he was also really stubborn. Clouded his judgment sometimes. He hadn't been practicing law for very long. It didn't help that his string of victories was getting to his head. But I was sure that once we had seen enough of what the gods were really like, you'd understand why I needed to do this.
The trial is about to begin. Do you really have the time to be making small talk here?
Prosecutor Tyrion approached
Wallace
the
is
two
here.
of us, veiled by a familiar face. Wallace Nightray?
He's accompanying me as my aide for this case. That's crazy. Why do we have all the fucking returning characters all of a sudden? What is Wallace doing here?
Right? So,
Why is Wallace the legal aid all of a sudden?
can I assume you'll be prosecuting?
Of course, I would never pass up the opportunity to. Of course, I would never pass up the opportunity to face the infamous Ruby Timora.
Really? If I remember correctly, you haven't even beaten Tyrion once so far. Oh, it seemed that struck a nerve. I might be able to use that later.
Miss Steelwind, don't strain yourself. What's that look for, Beatrice? You seem almost surprised to see me here. Considering the circumstances, I thought you might recuse yourself. I don't know how that word is pronounced. I am more than capable of remaining objective. Especially for a case of this much importance. Well, I hope your mind is as strong as you think it is. Miss Steelwind!
Nightgrave looked unusually reprimanding and concerned for her. He was really averse to confrontation, wasn't he? Oh, I love a good reunion. deck was already stacked in our favor. I just needed to follow through and get this over and done with. After that, we'd finally have everything we needed to topple the four pillars.
Order!
Court is now in session for the trial of Beatrice Frigga. Oh, right. Okay. Mr. Wind, is the prosecution ready?
Oh! The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready, Your Honor.
Let's
She
go, we get to play as
definitely-
Ruby.
She definitely looked less self-assured than usual. Her history with Beatrice might be throwing her off. Very well. Let's begin the proceedings. Prosecutor Stewart, could you please list the charges?
Your Honor, the defendant is charged with first-degree murder and grand theft. As many of you know, Beatrice Frege is the formerly missing daughter of the now late William Frege. And the victim of the murder is William Frege himself.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. The people of Wevengard will certainly mourn the loss of House Frega's head. Please, the only people who mourned him were the banking house's shareholders. On that matter, did you also say that the defendant is accused of grand theft?
Yes, Your Honor. The crimes took place during the Lord's Ball, an event that was hosted in Frege Manor during the morning. Something up there. The Haraldson Hall of History was hosting an exhibit within the manor.
It's the evening, okay, it's just...
Yesterday
just
evening.
picture.
Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck. They were showcasing several magical artifacts donated to the Wivengard Historical Society. One of these items was the Sword of Spell Eating, a magical artifact that allowed its wielder to nullify magical effects.
Oh,
Interesting. Just a red sword. The prosecution believes that the defendant stole this item to break into the victim's study, which was secured with a magical lock. After breaking into the study, she attacked the victim and slashed his throat open using a letter opener. He died of blood loss shortly after.
pieces of illusion magic were also found on the body, okay. Death for mere seconds after the wound was inflicted, okay. I see. Does the prosecution have a motive?
William Frege and his daughter were not close. Saying they had a strained relationship would be an understatement. In fact, 5 years prior to the murder, Beatrice abandoned and fled her home. She went into hiding and cut contact with all of her friends and family. Her whereabouts were unknown until she contacted her father a week ago.
Oh.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, I do like the hands with the palm up.
Mhm.
My client left the Frege household because of her toxic relationship with her father. She wanted to create a life for herself that was free from his influence and abuse.
I won't disagree with your claims, but that simply highlights how desperate the defendant must have been. She had clearly fallen on hard times and begrudgingly contacted her father for financial aid. I've no idea why they would schedule this meeting during the yearly Lord's Ball, but nevertheless, several witnesses did see her that night. And these same witnesses saw her storming out of her father's study in anger. Her father must have refused her request for aid, so she decided to murder him to claim his inheritance. It's a good thing we prepared for this. I forgot to make her British. Her accent just disappeared.
What you're saying is all conjecture, students. We don't have any evidence to confirm why my client contacted her late father.
Yes, I'm well aware that the defendant has refused to tell us what they discussed.
And be honest, student, do you seriously think that my client committed these crimes in spite of her condition? Condition?
Yeah. I don't know what the condition is.
What do you mean by that, Miss Mara? Why don't you tell him, student? Tell the court about my client's disability.
Your Honor, Beatrice Frege is legally disabled. However,
Legally disabled? That's a convenient way of putting it, student. My client is completely blind.
you can still commit a murder without. You don't need to see to commit a murder, okay?
True, especially in a world with magic. I can think of a
Yup.
few ways around that. Yeah. Completely blind? Is this true? We have several medical documents and testimony from several chirurgeons attesting to that fact. My client is unable to see anything. What is the meaning of this, Miss Stewart? Do you expect me to believe that a blind woman performed any of the acts you're accusing her of? I'm glad you also see how ridiculous these claims are, Your Honor.
If the court would just let me elaborate.
Your Honor, the prosecution's first charge is grand theft. My clients would have needed to break into a display case that was magically secured. Performing such an act would be a difficult task for anyone, much less my client. Much more my client?
No, much less is correct here. It's just weird. Like English language is just weird like that.
Okay. And the second charge? Why am I going to ask the judge's voice? And the second charge is first-degree murder. My client would have needed to use the sword of spell-leading on the lock leading to the victim's study. Then, she would have needed to grab a letter opener, overpower the victim, and deliver a precise and fatal blow to the victim's neck. Does any of that sound like a reasonable theory, Your Honor? I'm compelled to agree with you, Miss Timora. It all sounds quite ludicrous, to be perfectly honest. This is just awful. The Simmons have always been at odds with the Fregas. They're just taking advantage of the Duke's staff.
Objection!
Change the music, Aria. Let's go. Enough! Your Honor, the court has not seen the evidence that supports this case. Nor have you listened to the Inquisition's testimony regarding their investigation. Until you have done so, you are in no position to pass judgment.
Very well, Mr. Wins. I guess the little lady has some claws after all. But it didn't matter. The case against Beatrice was questionable at best. Frankly, it was surprising that Steven even went through with this. It was only a matter of time before the judge saw things my way.
I'm going to be honest. This is like the only case in this game where I'm rooting for the prosecution. I'm like, I don't trust Ruby.
Yes, exactly.
To begin, the prosecution would like to call a Commander Orem White to the stand. Sorry, you can keep.
Yeah, I would love to see how she did it.
Mm-hmm. Commander White, please testify to the court about the Inquisition's findings.
Right. We didn't want to cause panic after the sword was stolen, so we activated the Manor's silent security system. It put an anti-magic field over the entire manor. We did a search of the house, and we found the stolen sword in the defendant's bedroom. It didn't look like she was going to run, and Crown Prince Aster told us to stand down, so we just kept a close eye on her. William Frege was in a bad mood that night. He had already locked himself inside the study, but an hour later, we entered the study and found him lying dead in a pool of his own blood. The lock was still engaged, and no one teleported in. The perp must have temporarily disabled the lock using the sword of spell-leading. We have testimonies that say the defendant was in serious debt. I guess she murdered the victim to get a part of his inheritance. The case against Beatrice was just as I predicted. I already had a countermeasure to disprove the existence of any motive. All I had to do was present that to the court. Oh? Do we have
Removed from his will.
Okay, yeah.
Literally can't get the inheritance, so.
Objection!
Yeah, that's probably the best objection here.
Yep.
Your Honor, the prosecution's case against my client is riddled with holes. And the prosecution's proposed motive is the largest among them. What do you mean, Mr. Mora? Of all the elements in this case, the motive is the most believable. Your client would have had much to gain through her father's inheritance. That may be. But that's assuming my client had anything to inherit at all.
What?
Your Honor, my client fled from her psychologically abusive father 5 years ago. William Frege was a petty and vindictive man. Do you honestly think that he would leave his inheritance to someone who disobeyed him so egregiously? No. He'll do everything in his power to make sure she didn't see a shred of his wealth.
Yes, we're already well aware of this.
The moment she slammed her cane down, I noticed her wince a little. She was getting more and more heated. I didn't realize her rivalry with Beatrice was that personal.
Okay, Arya's taking on this case because she's a hater. Interesting. On the night of the murder, the victim made the decision to disinherit the defendant. However, his murder deprived him of the opportunity to submit his will to his attorney. This only further proves the defendant's motive. She would have needed to act quickly, lest her father submit the changes to his will.
I'm afraid you're mistaken, Sylwant. William Frege didn't disinherit my client's defiance. Disinherit. He disinherited my client 5 years ago when she left. I have witness testimony from Miriam Frege, William's youngest daughter. By her
Miriam,
own
my
admission,
god.
her father disinherited my client before she fled the household. That's why she left.
I'm going to be so honest. Knowing what I know about Miriam, knowing what we know about Miriam, I'm not sure she's right about that.
You're so right.
What? She never brought that up during questioning.
Why would she release that information to one of our family's enemies? If you don't believe me, why don't we call her to the stand and ask her ourselves?
What have you done, Timora?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh no.
She's so smug. It's crazy.
She's too smug. Holy shit.
Scared. Why is she so smug? Maybe because she's been doing this shit a lot longer than Tyrion has.
I wonder if just this expression, but I don't like how her eyes are positioned.
Yeah.
I think it might be part of the smug, the screen client. Yeah.
Well, it's clear we won't get anywhere until we hear from Miriam directly. Bailiff, please escort Miriam Frege to the stand. Miriam, is the defense correct? Did your father disinherit Beatrice 5 years ago? Yes. And you didn't think it was necessary to share this information with me? Well, you never asked.
You never asked, Lamayo.
If I recall correctly, you were also tight-lipped during questioning this morning.
The witness had just lost her father. You can hardly expect her to recall every detail that's relevant to his murder.
Which raises a more concerning question. How did you extract this information?
Who knows? I have always had a way with people.
She's so suspicious! For what? Miriam, please testify to the court about how you found out about Beatrice's disinheritance. Yes, of course.
How? You know what's the most suspicious thing of all? That's... It's not Tyrion who's playing this case. So it's like...
Yep.
We have all the
No,
reason
and
to
Tyrion
believe...
very specifically, got into an argument with Ruby because he used the Eye of Horus on Beatrice. It kind of feels like we're set up to find this very suspect.
Yeah.
The game has also been building up Ruby as suspicious and Steelwind, well, Arya as pretty chill, honestly. So like, like Arya's my friend, and I don't know if I can trust Ruby, quite frankly.
Absolutely.
After my sister's accident, my father said that she was unfit to inherit our noble house. He declared to her family that he would be removing her from his will. It was 5 years ago, but I remember it well. One day, we all woke up and discovered that Beatrice had fled from our home. She left a note for us, and in it, she renounced her name and denounced my father. And are you sure this all happened 5 years ago? Yes, even now, I can remember everything clearly. I see.
Her speech was getting slower, and I could have sworn that her words were slurring. Nightgrave seemed extremely concerned for some reason.
Arya's fucking dying. And Leif was there with you at this meeting? Yes, she was. However, Leif couldn't possibly have been there.
She was starting to sway as if she couldn't keep her balance. Was this trial getting to her?
That's not how you react when you're losing a case. What do you mean?
Yeah. It's a bit...
Is
Hey,
she inebriated? What's going on here?
are
Is
you
she
okay?
ill? Of course, She fucking collapsed, oh my god.
What? Judge, your prosecutor collapsed.
Someone's fucking trying to kill my prosecutor, what the hell? Oh my god, someone's trying to kill my prosecutor!
Wait, this scaled lot, is that blood? Bailiff, find anyone capable of casting healing magic. Escort them to the courtroom immediately.
Is that why Wallace is here?
Wallace is right there, yeah.
Wallace is right there! Yeah, okay, help Nightgrave, yeah, okay. But yes, I do assume that's why Wallace is here, that would make sense.
Yeah. After some scrambling, a couple of healers were able to help Nightgrave stabilize the prosecutor. Now, with the chaos, I caught a glimpse of her. There were deep wounds and lacerations on several parts of her body.
See what?
She must have used some kind of illusion to hide them, but the mages dispelled it to identify her wounds. Holy shit!
What the fuck do you mean? She's going into court with deep wounds and lacerations and just hiding them with illusion magic. She's genuinely a crazy person. What the fuck is wrong with her?
You know?
Hospital.
Do you remember who else in Ace Attorney got hurt and wanted to be the prosecutor in the trial anyway? The only difference is that someone was there to not stop them. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Francisca, good Francisca vibes for sure.
Yep.
They took Steelwind out of the courtroom on a stretcher, but as they were doing that, she grabbed Nightgrave and rasped something into his ear. He looked confused, but he simply nodded and made his way to the witness stand. But not before passing a message on to the bailiff, who seemed equally confused.
I'm guessing we're getting a replacement prosecutor of some kind, but...
Mr. Nightgrave, explain yourself. What is going on? Why would Miss Steelwind prosecute if she was so gravely injured? You know what would be the... Ooh, it would be so good for the game to do right now.
What, for Tyrion to take the stand as the prosecutor, or...?
I'm thinking that Arya asked for Tyrion to replace her.
Yeah, no, like, that's also my thought. It would be fucking peak cinema if that's what happened. I'm sorry. But I wasn't actually here as Miss Steelwind's aide. I was here as her doctor.
Her doctor?
Oh yes, that much we figured out at least. It's lagging like crazy for me right now, by the way.
Ah, shit.
Like, it's not moving and the music is super cutting out. Hold on, I'll try reopening the stream.
Okay, I don't know if it doesn't fix or I will restream.
Okay, no, you'll have to restart the stream because now it's not even loading for me.
Okay, try now? Oh shit.
We're back. Okay. The truth is that Miss Steelwind was violently attacked at noon today. She was in critical condition, but she insisted on prosecuting the case anyway. She suddenly showed up at my house and asked me to channel my necromancy to keep her wounds closed during the trial. She's fucking crazy! She's insane!
Scared Lord, why didn't she just recuse herself? She must have known. If anyone else tried to prosecute Beatrice, I would have handily won the trial. Nevertheless, she showed up when no one else would, and she did it all despite the risk of her life. You know Arya is the GOAT, when the fact that she was still willing to do that means that she believes that is the right thing to do, because that would be, like, you not have justice without her there.
Yep.
It almost made me respect her a little. Anyways,
Only almost, that's crazy.
yeah. Is there any need to prolong this trial, Your Honor?
Like, well, the prosecutor collapsed, trial's over. What the fuck, Ruby? That's not
What?
due process.
What? Even you must acknowledge how weak the case against my client is. In
But
addition
like
to
this
that,
room, while fucking Arya is dying in another room, what the fuck? She's not dying, she's like going to the
Yeah.
hospital, but still.
Vigil's testimony shows that my client had nothing to gain from her father's death. Okay, so the question here is Timora on the scale of evil? Is Timora on the knows her client is guilty and is still defending her like a good lawyer should do anyways, that level? Or is she on the level of, okay, what if the prosecutor wasn't disposed? What if something happened to the prosecutor?
I'm thinking she's probably just a good lawyer, but
You know?
I don't think she would intersteal it. Maybe someone she's working with, but
Maybe, yeah.
surely it's not her idea.
But I don't know, this mug face is
I don't trust it. I don't trust her at all.
Yeah. But Miss Timora, Miss Steelwind has been gravely injured. And you're still only concerned about? The only thing I'm concerned about is seeking justice for my client. And even so, we cannot move forward until we find another prosecutor. And how long do you think that will take, Yana? It's been nearly 12 hours since the murder took place. That gives us what? 36 hours? After that, every magical trace at the crime scene will fully disappear.
Right, and you have to solve the case while the magical traces are still there, because it's simply impossible to just keep a record of what magical traces were at the crime scene and then solve the case later. No, every murder with magic involved must be solved within 48 hours or we're fucked.
Yeah, I cannot argue against that. That is a pretty decisive hole. Yeah.
But there might be someone.
If Steelwind had simply allowed another prosecutor to work this case, we wouldn't be in this situation. She took a risk, and now she has to take responsibility for that. Wouldn't you agree, Yarna?
Evil! What the fuck is her problem?
I wasn't completely proud of winning this way, but I wouldn't let an opportunity like this pass me by. The judge was clearly unhappy with this turn of events, but Steelwind didn't leave him any choice. It seems that there aren't any prosecutors available to immediately take Miss Steelwind's place. We will take a brief recess. After that, I'll deliver my verdict. Objection! There we go!
Let's go! It's fucking peak!
That is why we saw the inconsistency about the side of the thing of the suit. Yeah. Okay. Are we going to play Tyrion or still stick with her? That is my question now. Okay. Your Honor, I'm a afraid you can't pass a verdict just yet. Mr. Cuthbert? Cuthbert? What the hell are you doing? I don't know. But what I do know is that there was a massive contradiction in Miriam Frega's testimony.
He doesn't even know what he's doing, he just spots a contradiction and goes for it.
Oh!
He literally just can't stop himself, actually.
Okay, flashback.
One day earlier, oh boy.
What the hell are these walls? Holy shit, okay.
Miriam, you're back!
Did we see her?
No, I just took it because I guess I'm taking like
Okay.
all of the Fregas.
Sure.
Oh, hello, Leif. How have you been faring? I heard about what happened to Professor Bellwether. I'm terribly sorry. That must have been an awful ordeal for you. Why is she blonde? All the other Fregas are blue.
True.
Yes, thank you. But I've heard about your independent studies with the Crown Prince. Father is extremely proud of you.
Ian just scoffed at the obvious line.
It's been so long since you've been back at the manor. I was thinking we could have some tea together in the garden before the guests arrive. I am terribly sorry, but I'm already exhausted from the trip here. I think I'd like to rest in my room and prepare for the Lord's Ball tonight. Okay, but let me know if you change your...
Leif wasn't even finished before her sister walked past her and entered the room. Her room.
Okay.
I feel so out of place here.
Was Tyrion at the ball? Okay.
Despite my clear issues with Ivangar's upper class, I'd somehow found myself at a party filled with them. I hardly recognized anyone, but from all the looks I was getting, they clearly recognized me.
Why are you in the corner by yourself?
I can't believe I let you talk me into coming here. Everyone is...
I like her fit.
Yeah. I lost my train of thoughts.
I'm a little perturbed by the fact that she's always wearing red while she has that pink bow on her head. I just don't think the red goes with the pink.
Yeah.
This has been bothering me all game.
Oh, I did not actually notice on the other outfits. Okay, I guess because she has some other colors, but yeah. Oh, I think because Celeste like has a sleeve of one color and a sleeve of another, right? Something like that.
Yep. I've been wanting to wear this dress for a while now. What do you think? Oh, it's that bad, huh? What am I supposed to do when he looks at me like that?
No, you look stunning, beautiful, breathtaking. Several words came to mind, all of which would be mortifying if I said them out loud. Good. You look good.
Oh, I look good? That's a start.
It's almost as if she had the ability to read my thoughts. She couldn't actually do that, could she? I mean, I had the ability to read people's minds, so logic would dictate that I'm not the only one. What if she could read my minds? What if she was reading it right now? Am I interrupting something? Miss Timora? Celeste and I quietly stepped away from each other when
Why does Celeste
appeared.
get formal wear, but Ruby keeps just wearing the exact same clothes she wears in every other scenario?
True. I wanted to check in on you two before we went to meet with the Duke. I spotted Miss Timora's client following behind her. It was hard to
I
leave her.
really like Beatrice's design.
Yeah, I do like the gloves. Yeah, now that you say it, yeah, it's really nice how you don't call this a shirt, right?
I don't know.
A blouse? Anyway.
Yeah, a blouse.
It being white and then the gloves being super dark, it's really nice, yeah.
I think it's one of my, probably one of my favorite designs in the game, honestly.
Is this like the Frega sigil or something? Probably.
Probably, I would think. And again, it wouldn't make that much sense for her to have that symbol on her clothes, but
Yeah, but she was probably
especially
provided that for the ball or something.
yeah.
It was hard to hit with her. The Eye of Horus couldn't glean anything from her mind. Her poise barely shifted. She carried herself with the grace of someone who didn't seem easily rattled. Her expression was calm, yet distant. Even when we made eye contact, it felt like she was just staring through me. Oh.
Probably because she can't see you.
Yeah. Bro. This was my first time meeting her, but she still looked familiar for some reason. Hi, I'm Tyrion. I'm Miss Jimara's what? I extended my
The
hand
thing
to
is, I
shake
don't
hers.
I don't want Beatrice to be evil, but I do want Ruby to be evil and wrong.
Yes.
There's a bit of a conflict of interest here. I guess the best case scenario is that Beatrice really did kill her dad, but she was based and right for doing so.
Probably. She
But
seemed
in that
little...
case, I think Ruby would be based and right for covering it up. So this is a problem.
Maybe. I think there is a world where we can justify Beatrice's act and still not like Ruby for covering it up. I think there is some window there. She seemed a little unapproachable. I hope that I wasn't being too forward. Instead of taking my hand, she clapped her hands together and took a deep breath. What?
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's a bit of a habit of mine.
Does she like echolocate? Like it's not like I know that people actually do that. That's just the way. That's just the reason I ask. Oh.
I'm Beatrice. I've heard much about you.
Freelancer. Okay. Some kind of deal. Oh, so they were already working to make the deal. Interesting.
I see. So Ruby is directly involved in this.
Yes. It seems like a bit of a conflict there then. She shook my hand before looking to Miss Timora.
I will say the smiling sprite is very cute.
I wasn't sure about the details, but my mentor was brokering a deal between Beatrice and William Frege. There were many elements of that which I found puzzling, but my mentor was tight-lipped as always. We are going to head to Frege's study. Can you two stay out of trouble while we are gone?
Come on! It's not like we always go looking for it.
Yet you two always seem to find trouble anyways. Cuthbert, we're in a manor filled with the highest members of the nobility. We are going to meet some familiar and unfriendly faces. Don't worry, we'll keep it low profile, Mr. Moore. So, why were you so insistent on accompanying Mr. Moore to the Lord's Ball? You know you can tell me anything, right?
Everything that happened in Oranax made me think about things. Every noble in the kingdom attends this ball. I thought that maybe whoever left me at my family's tavern would be here.
Just a second.
We still don't know who her parents are, so...
True.
Like her bio parents. We do know who her parents are, but...
Okay, a little bit anime, but okay.
But being here is starting to make me feel weird. The McCoys are my real family. Looking for the people who abandoned me feels wrong.
Oh, we have a bond. How this has taken. It's been a while since I've got a bot in stream chat. Luckily,
Wait.
it has. I already blocked the term that you used, so it doesn't actually show up for non-mods. But yeah, finally a bot. Yay! I like to Ben.
Big moment.
Okay. Sorry, I think you already read this, right?
Yes.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
I wouldn't be the person I am today without Miss Timora, but I still keep the memory of my mother close to me too. I don't think it's disrespectful to find out more about yourself And I'm sure your mother will understand.
You think so?
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, your mother's still around. You could have just asked her.
True. And
You
I'm
could just
also
be like, hey, is this a weird thing I'm doing?
sure of another thing. If I'm with you, I doubt any of the nobles here will want to speak with you.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude, but
Don't worry, I can find something to fill the time.
you're just going to play chess alone somewhere, aren't you?
Maybe?
You really need to learn how to talk to other people. Make some new friends or something.
In a room full of nobles.
I'm sure they're not all bad. Arya's pretty great, right? Aster too.
She had a point, but I was never really one to make small talk with strangers. I looked around the room of nobles. I recognized some of them from news articles I had read over the years. There were also some people there who were around my age. They must have been the children of the noble heads. I could approach them. Chances were that one of them wouldn't be an arrogant pig. But the thought of everything that could go wrong was paralyzing. Mood. It's fine. I don't need more friends. I spend most of my time with you anyway. That's enough for me.
Well, I'm going to try to talk to some people.
Yeah, I'll see you later. Celeste left to mingle with some of the other partygoers. I was almost envious of how easily she could do that. I really wished I could strike up conversations with random strangers the same way she could. It was fine. She had her strengths, and so did I. But that only made me wish I could be there with her. Stop it. She was her own person. She was perfectly capable of handling herself. I would need to find something to pass the time. My hand instinctively went to my satchel. I thought about bringing out my chessboard, but if I did that here, I'll just stand out even more. I should try to find somewhere where I can be alone. Each table had a centerpiece of flowers on it. Most of the seats at the tables were filled. It didn't look like I would be able to play here. Several gold-tinted chandeliers hung from the ceiling of the ballroom. Oh, okay, so he wasn't saying that in the way that he was abandoning the idea of playing chess. He just wanted to do that somewhere else, I see. They looked fancy enough to be worth a small fortune. It irked me knowing how much wealth the Duke must have been hoarding to afford all of this. Damn, we can't even cast Detect Magic.
No,
Celeste
because we
isn't
don't
here.
have Celeste.
Yeah.
No Repario Arcanum.
This place looks pretty quiet, but there aren't any tables anywhere. I could play on the floor, Tyrion. Please.
Tyrion, you are a grown man at a very fancy establishment. You cannot be sitting on the floor playing chess.
Doggo. Interesting.
With suspiciously human-like eyes.
True. And also a suspiciously identifying pendant. That
Yep.
certainly won't be later in around a person's neck. What the? As I was walking through the hallways of the manor, I suddenly came face to face with a large animal. Before I could realize what I was doing, the creature quickly scampered away. Did someone leave a door open? I thought about telling someone, but the manor was full of nobles. I was sure that a servant would spot it eventually, and it wasn't as if anyone would believe me anyway. The Tyrion who cried wolf. By the way,
Yep.
it would be best to look for somewhere else to play. Oh, I see.
Oh, that's where the sword is. Woo.
I continued exploring the manor and found myself in a room with several displays. It looked like a gallery of some kind, but it was slightly out of place here. There were a few nobles in the room, and they were all silently appreciating the exhibits. William Frege must have paid a museum to display some historical exhibits for the Lost Ball. That's a face I haven't seen before. Ooh.
Whoa.
He wore the vestments of an archaeologist, carrying two large satchels crammed with tools, maps, and other instruments. His hair was white and his skin was wrinkled, but he walked with the youth and spirits of someone who had a much longer life ahead of him. Although all of these features were far less notable than the monkey hanging off of his back. Honestly, I had not noticed the monkey until this line. I was just reading and later that I was going to pay full attention to the design. So that's...
I guess Tyrion is wrong. The monkey is not notable.
Interesting helmets. This must be a headlight. Okay. Like
Yep.
a headlight and a headlight, you know?
Mhm.
And some other headlights. Wow, okay. This must be another house symbol, probably, maybe?
Mhm.
Okay. The small orangutan tilted his head as he looked at me curiously.
That's an orangutan. Okay, that's not a monkey, Tyrion. That's an ape. Also, why it's so small?
Must
I guess it's a
really
baby,
be
what
a
the fuck?
baby, yeah. Wow. When I looked directly at him, he hid himself behind the old man's shoulders. The old man's shoulder, peeking at me from behind it. I'm Harold Harrison. I'm the creator of this collection. Is that name a pseudonym or something? No.
He comes from a long line of heralds.
The leader of House Haraldson. He appears to be an archaeologist and historian. The house owns the Haraldson Hall of History, located in... about to say, if that's Haraldstown or Haraldson in Homer. That can't actually be his real name.
Look, clearly what happens is that all boys born to House Haraldson are called Harold, so that if when the next Haraldson is born, the name is accurate. Because they can't be a
Sure.
Haraldson if they're not the son of Harold.
True, that is true. Wait, as a curator of his museum, he must have known a lot of myths and history. I wondered, how much do you know about the myths and cultures of nations other than Wyvern-guards? His eyes narrowed. Even his monkey eyed me suspiciously. That is a very good monkey expression.
I like this monkey.
I know you. Your name is Cuthbert, isn't it? Ah, it was never a good sign whenever someone recognized me. You're not exactly a friend of the nobility. I have to ask why you're here. I'm accompanying my mentor. She has business with someone here. He eyed me warily, but his stare didn't carry the usual disdain I received from other nobles. I swear on the Scaled Lord, I'm telling the truth. The Scaled Lord is not someone whose name you should invoke so lightly. But it sounds like you're telling the truth. I just can't help but wonder why you're interested in the other nations, though. I needed to tread carefully. He seemed nice, but he was still a noble. I also really like this.
Yeah, no,
this
it's a
pose.
pretty damn good sprite.
Yeah,
I feel like sprite work has actually been getting stronger as the game goes on.
True. Not too sure about the helmet design, as it's angled
Yeah.
here, but let's, I'm not asking much here. Oh shit, did I forget to take my meds? I think I did. Wait, just a second before I forget again.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. The referee seemed nice, but he was still a noble. The kingdom scoured any valuable knowledge on the other nations. It was difficult to find anything on the celestial gods, but I didn't get many opportunities like this. I'm trying to learn more about the Celestial Gods. That's not something I'd make a habit of telling people, especially someone in your position. I know, but it's been impossible to find any information about them. I really need to find out more. Can you help me? I can't exactly say no to such a curious mind. I'll help you the best I can, but don't let anyone know about this. Sharing this information is technically outlawed by the kingdom. This boy could put all of us in danger. Okay. It's a pair of metallic armbands. There are several magical runes carved onto them. Those are the armbands of intellect. They were actually created by a member of House Frege many centuries ago. Centuries? That would mean these armbands predate the invention of artificery. That's correct. Legend said that whoever wore these armbands would be granted unparalleled levels of intellect. Many believe that House Frege created those to help them unlock the secrets of magic. Interesting that that's evidence, but okay. It's a painting of some sort of scientist. Interesting goggles.
I will say it's really strange to me how all the how the paintings of historical figures in this game seem to just kind of be in like vague, featureless voids.
I was thinking about that when it was zoomed out, yeah. That man is Dr. Luke Kupfer. He was an
Kupfer, I
alchemist.
think.
Kupfer?
Yeah.
Is it Kupfer?
Okay. I'm not. Hold on. For some reason, there's like something in my brain that just wants me to read that as German, even though it's fucking not. Yeah, I have no idea.
Oh, let me check something real quick then. Kupfer. Q, apparently.
Oh. Okay.
So it's like if it was a C for pronunciation in English, probably.
I see.
Yeah. He was an alchemist and inventor for the nation of Arcaris. He is well known for his studies into imbuing intelligence into automatons. Intelligent automatons, would that make them similar to arcane constructs? Yes, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if Lord von Sanctus used Dr. Kupfer's research to create those constructs. I doubt that he even created them. He seemed to be importing all of them from Arcarus and taking credit for their work. No. It's a crimson red short sword. That's the sword of spell-eating. Legends say that it has the power to nullify any kind of magic. So it's like an anti-magic field. In a way, but it has less than heroic origins. It's said that this sword was created through a blood pact between a mage and a demon. A demon? Demons are terrible and powerful creatures. They exist solely to sow chaos and oppose the gods. They supposedly took great pride in their ability to deceive and corrupt people. Legends say that most demons had the power to absorb and nullify magic. Many have theorized that a demon imbues some of that power into this sword. Is it safe to put something like this on display? Don't worry, these displays are fortified with several abjuration spells. I'll bet even Last Seawind would have trouble getting to this. That will be great for the defense. But shame that we are not going to be playing the defense.
Yep.
Presumably. It's a painting of a researcher. That is Professor Matt Ferland. He was a professor of some renown. He was a researcher of combinatorial magic theory. What's that? It's a study of how different types of magic interact with each other. He famously ran an experiment on what would happen if two anti-magic fields overlapped each other. That's actually pretty interesting. What were the results of these experiments? Well, they had mages enter the space where the two fields overlapped. It turns out that those mages were able to use their magic in that space. Wait, how would that be possible? They would have had two anti-magic fields affecting them. When the two fields overlap, they cancel each other out. I'd heard that it's akin to multiplying two negative numbers together. And that's not evidence. Okay, fine.
Yep.
It's a pair of golden earrings. There are small jewels embedded in each of them. I call them the Earrings of Vitality. They're an artifact I found in the ruins of a large Luminite temple. Whoever wears these would have their lifespan increased tenfold. I'm sure it's just a legend though. Did you read that from some ancient texts? Not exactly. I didn't even know that there were Luminite temples in Wyvern. Almost all of them.
Notice how this guy has question mark age?
Yes. Yeah, he did say that despite looking the age, he seems like had vitality or something. Yeah. Almost all of them have been completely demolished by the kingdom over the years. A lot of Wyvern-Gard's territory once belonged to the theocracy. The kingdom would rather have everyone forget that. Okay.
But those are evidence. Intriguing. Okay.
What do you have to say about this? What is this? A rare artifact? It's an attorney's runestone. It proves that I am a certified attorney. All of my colleagues have similar devices. They're so enamored with all these newfangled functions. Well, you won't catch me chasing passing fads like that. So, what's a historian doing at the Lord's Ball, Lord Haraldson? Harold. Oh, okay, Mr. Harold. Harold. He was being really stubborn about this. It'd be best to just go with it. My apologies, Harold. The Duke of Finances invites my museum to set up some displays here every year. He must think it adds a semblance of culture, the Philistine. It's the Haraldson Hall of History, located in the city of Homherif. Huh?
Where did that H come from? That was not there last time.
Yeah, that...
The question is, which one is the correct spelling? Which one is the typo?
I do think I heard of Homherif before, yeah. Okay. Like before this case, but yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think these guys appreciate the historical significance of these items. Honestly, I think you're the only person in years who has taken a meaningful interest in them. I know who he reminds me of. He reminds me of Eldon Noodles. Like,
I see.
Yeah, the face angles and stuff. And the grumpy face. Sorry, but I really have to ask, is that a monkey riding on your back? I looked at the animal, but he quickly avoided eye contact with me and hid behind Harold's shoulder. Yes, this is my familiar, Eugene. Oh, you cast Familiar Bundle on him. I'm surprised you know about it. It's quite rare. Very few mages take the time to learn how to cast it. Oh, until the target dies. Okay. Yeah, it's the same description, I think. Eugene helps me with my day-to-day. These old bones aren't as spry as they used to be after all. Harold, what do you know about the Celestial Gods? I haven't been able to find anything about them. That makes sense. They're primarily worshipped by the people of the theocracy of Lumina. That might explain why worship of them was outlawed. Lumina was the kingdom west of us, but I knew very little about them. All I knew was that we fought them during the First War of Wyvern-Gard, and then later during the Great Luminite War. They had been Wyvern-Gard's long-standing enemy for a while. Simply asking about them could raise suspicions of treason. have 9 celestial gods, each representing a divine domain in heaven. Deus, Odin, Machina, Horus. Okay. I'm sorry, one of them is named Horus? Yes, Horus the Lightbringer. He is the god of radiance and ruler of the 6th domain of heaven.
I'm sorry, wait, can I have that list again?
Sure. Wait. Yeah.
A fucking...
Yes.
So, God, then Odin from Norse mythology, Machine, and then Horus from Egyptian mythology. What the fuck kind of god names is it? What?
Yep. Yeah.
Also, what do you mean Tyrion thought Horus was just a name he made up as a child and is actually a real god? That's fucking stupid as hell.
I thought I just made that name up when I was younger. Horus was
Also,
real?
I'm gonna be so mad if the Deus and Machina thing is not a setup for a Deus Ex Machina joke.
Absolutely, it has to be, yeah. Is something wrong? No, I was just thinking about what you said. Could you tell me more about Horus? As I said, he's the god of radiance. The sun and the concept of light lie within his domain. He's also said to embody the virtues of truth, justice, and life itself. He's the enemy of lies. Oh, how convenient. It was a little unnerving how much of a chord that struck with me. It also reminded me of something. Did that mean that naught could remain concealed from him? Some legends claim so. I'll be honest, I only have so many texts available to me. My knowledge of Lumina is limited to their myths, and my requests to travel to Lumina have been denied for decades. But there are many stories of his followers being blessed with the ability to see through lies and deception. Almost as if they had his eyes. I'm trying to think here. How much is it really reasonable for, like, okay, Lumina, the Illuminates, the Theocracy and everything, they are our enemies. Let's hide everything possible of information from the public. Like, this seems like it kind of contradicts each other, you know?
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a good plan.
Yeah, it doesn't seem
Let's make
sustainable.
sure... I never heard of know thyself and know thy enemy. They were like, know thyself and know
Yeah.
nothing about thy enemy. Try to make sure that you know as little as possible.
Do we think that Wyvern has, like, made war crimes against them, and then if they knew more about them, they would know that Wyvern is so shitty?
Who knows?
Okay. But that didn't make any sense. I didn't worship Horus. I didn't even know who he was until tonight. Why would he give me this ability? No, I needed to think of this more rationally. The mages of Wyvern is supposedly descended from people blessed by the Scale Lord. Using that logic, could I have descended from people who were blessed by Horus? Are any of his followers established in Wyvern? Heavens no! The Illuminates are viewed as enemies of Wyvern. I'd imagine any non-followers would have had unfortunate accidents befall them. That might explain why my mother never talked about him with me. Why I really wished she left me something. You're being awfully inquisitive about this. Why are you so interested in Horus and his followers? It's purely academic curiosity. You gotta have a better lie than that, bro.
Yep.
He clearly wasn't convinced, but he didn't push the matter further. My attention was drawn to the earrings of vitality. They were supposedly an artifact from the ancient days of the Theocracy. Harold, would it be okay if I took a closer look at these earrings? How presumptuous! I promise I'll be careful with them. I suppose I can make an exception this time. Why?
That's fucking crazy.
You just met him, dude. Lord Harrison
This guy.
walked up
Ain't
to the
being shaky,
display.
quite frankly.
Yeah, and whispered something into the runic console attached to it. I heard several magical locks disengage before he opened the display case and carefully pulled out the artifacts. I laid my hands out so he could delicately place them in my hands. I carefully inspected the earrings. Each of them had a golden framing with a red luminous stone embedded at its center. They gleamed brightly under the artificial lights of the gallery, almost abnormally so. Wait, there's something engraved in these earrings. What? I could barely make out the text engraved on the golden frame. It was nearly microscopic. I lie at the beginning of illumination. I lie within eternity, and I cannot be found in shadows. What am I? A riddle? What is the solution to this riddle? Okay, bro, you have to let me see the thing once more.
What the fuck was the riddle? I immediately forgot it, like...
What if...
The
I guess?
The Eye of Horus? Oh.
I guess? No, the riddle was as such, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Beginning of illumination within eternity cannot be found in shadows, letter I. Okay.
Stupid riddle.
It wasn't speaking literally. No, I think it actually literally was. It's the letter I. Illumination starts with I, eternity contains I, and there is no I in shadows. What? The earrings suddenly lit up. Blinding light washing over the gallery.
Be careful when solving riddles on magical artifacts, man!
True.
They might extend your lifespan by 10 times.
Well...
Now you're gonna live to be 1,000, Tyrion. What are you gonna do with that?
I felt the ground disappear from under me. It felt like I was floating in water. I should have been shocked and surprised, but the sensation somehow felt familiar and nostalgic. Oh. Do you wanna take that one?
Sure, but I don't know what fucking voice it's supposed to be. You've strayed very far from home, young one.
I'm guessing it's from maybe one of those ancient gods. A voice rang out from all around me. It felt like bells ringing and reverberating inside my hands.
You're not much of a warrior, but maybe a warrior isn't what's needed to dispel the encroaching shadows. That light within you, why is it so reminiscent of my fallen friend?
What are you talking about? Who are you?
I suppose it doesn't matter from which spark that flame came. It burns bright within you like that of a burning star. Go forth and walk the path of radiance, my heavens born.
Divine Edict. Oh. Huh.
Okay.
What does
Sure.
this even mean?
I don't know. Don't even worry about it. It's so fine.
Mr. Cuthbert, are you okay? What? What just happened? All I did was blink. I suddenly found myself back in the gallery, as if I awoken from a dream. You were just standing there, staring at nothing. Didn't you see that blinding light? There was a loud voice too. I didn't see anything. May I see those earrings? Right, of course. I don't see the engravings you were talking about. I know it's small, but it's right. As I took another look at the earrings, I realized that the riddle had disappeared.
Tyrion just looked insane.
Yeah. The golden frame was smooth and unblemished. It was as if the text had never been there. What? Was I just seeing things? I doubt you hallucinated such a specific riddle. Am I being pranked? Someone from the Historical Society put you up to this? No, it was... What was going on? Did that riddle have something to do with the Eye of Horus? I hoped Celeste's investigation was going better than mine. Better? You... What more could you expect from that here? Okay. I think you were doing the noble people?
I guess. How dare you insinuate such a thing? I wasn't trying to insult you, I just... Enough! If you try to speak with me again, I'll have you arrested for harassment!
The noblewoman stormed off in a huff. Celeste just let out an exhausted sigh. Every conversation she tried hadn't gone any differently.
This isn't working. I don't think asking them like that will be very effective. What? Let's go! Let's go! New Arya outfit! I was so hoping for this when she showed up. Hold on, hide the GY, I gotta look at it.
Okay.
Hell yeah. I like this outfit. I like her hair.
Absolutely, yeah. Let me just check something here real quick. I don't have her... Okay. In the tab, but okay.
Did you expect anyone here to be truthful with you? You're essentially asking them if they engaged in adultery. Oh, hey Arya. I'm surprised to see you here. You're not party crashing, are you? Of course not! I came here with Ruby and Tyrion! That honestly just raises more questions, but I'll take your word for it. I don't know if it's any of my business, but you should think about whether this is what you truly want. What? I understand wanting to find out more about yourself, but getting entangled in the aristocracy will only bring you misery. I should know. I just want to know more about where I came from. It might help me understand all this weirdness inside me. I don't think you're weird at all. I quite enjoy your company.
Does she also have different eyeliner?
Maybe.
I think so, right?
Yeah, maybe. It's a little hard to tell, but very much could be. Aw, really? I'm sure Mr. Cuthbert feels the same way. Really? Is something wrong? No, it's just that... Actually, what do you think about Tyrion, Arya? Well, he's a remarkable attorney. His deductive skills are incredible. Frankly, I'm a little envious of his talent. I'm loath to admit that Ruby Timora has taught him well. I meant as a person, Arya. I only know him in a professional capacity. But don't you notice how much he cares about people? I suppose he is quite dedicated to his job. But it's not just a job to him. He really cares about his clients and helping them. It doesn't matter how much danger he puts himself in. It doesn't matter who threatens him. He just keeps going, and it's honestly kind of annoying. He won't back down from anyone, even the Four Pillars. Ever since he indicted Pierce, someone has been sending people into Tyrion's home. I'm good at my job, but I'm worried that I'm going to slip up one day and let him get seriously hurt. I'm sorry about that. I wish I could do more to help you with that. It's fine. It's my responsibility to protect him. Have you ever told him how worried you've been? I don't want to stop him from doing what he's doing, and I don't think he'd listen even if I did. That's what makes him who he is. He's helping a lot of people. He inspires them, too. He's amazing, and courageous, and caring, and sweet, and... Celeste? No, I don't know. Things have been really weird since Oranax. I've been meaning to ask about that. Did something happen during Drakagen's trial? We kind of slept together.
That is not how you want that.
Not what you meant. Before marriage! No, not like that! We slept in the same bed and held hands. Before marriage! Are you so real? What? I suppose everyone has different levels of libido, but you shouldn't be so reckless. I think she might have been a little bit sheltered. Arya, I'm not going to get pregnant from holding Tyrion's hand. Even so, I'm not sure what kind of woman you think I am. I do not wish to indulge you in your lecherous tales of illicit handholding.
Okay. It's getting to that meme state, but we can stop here.
Yeah. Oh, like you've never wanted to hold Astor's hand or something like that? I would never! I only have the utmost respect for him. Come on, I was there at the refinery. It's obvious you like him like that. Please, you're grossly exaggerating things. And what if I told you he was standing right behind you? Do you honestly think I'd fall for such an obvious lie?
I knew it.
Yeah. It's literally, and he's right behind me, isn't he? Come on, man. What are you falling for?
Arya's entire body whipped around to face her fiancé. She almost tripped as she stumbled backwards. Her voice started to break into a soft, high-pitched whimper.
Your Highness?
Celeste noticed how Arya's eyes were frequently darting between the Crown Prince's face and his hands. Oh? Oh, hello,
I guess
Miss...
it was his little brother or something?
Yeah. Hello, Lady Tyrion. Your Highness, please don't run ahead like that. After my otherworldly encounter, I decided to head
No,
back to...
I want more of Astor and Arya interacting. I actually care about their dynamic, unlike Celeste and Tyrion, please.
I decided to head back to the ballroom and wait for Celeste. I was able to find a seat somewhere, and it gave me a chance to think over what had happened. I'd solved some sort of riddle. It mentioned illumination and shadows. Horus was also the god of light, and those earrings were of Luminian origin.
Life just fucking staring at him, I guess.
Did my Eye of Horus react to them? Lord Harold's son had probably owned these earrings for years, and yet he didn't see anything. I really would like them to take this bit like to the extreme. Like to have one character appear, just sit there, say nothing, then another character shares the scene with them. Then like they look like they are talking to each other, then another character comes in and replaces them. No. Just like, what the fuck are you doing here? My husband probably owned these earrings for years that he didn't see anything. And then there was this... Actually, I had no idea what this divine edict was. Was it a prayer, a riddle, an ability? A divine invocation to manifest any covenant written in blood and spirits. What did that even mean? It just sounded like some flowery nonsense the Church of Bahamut would say. If it was some kind of spell, it was nothing like the arcane spells I'd seen in the compendiums. The descriptions of those spells were far more straightforward. It just felt like the more I learned about myself, the more questions I found. Excuse Lord, how long had I been staring at this girl? Oh no. My eyes just locked onto the first thing across the room, but it was clear she noticed me looking at her. I quickly looked away, but as I glanced back, she tried to flash me a friendly smile. She didn't look offended, which was a relief. I'd imagined any other noble woman would use this as an excuse to have me thrown out. Actually, she seemed to be the only person in the room who wasn't disgusted by my presence. Maybe Celeste was right. I needed to learn how to approach new people, and fate was giving me an opportunity.
That's gonna go so well.
As I walked across the room, several nobles gave me the side eye. She was surrounded by several attendants, who moved to stop me from approaching her. However, she waved her hands to dismiss them. That was a good sign. Her attendants seemed to disapprove, but they didn't raise any objections and left quietly. On a closer look, she seemed to be a noble of some renown, but she seemed to exhibit a modesty that most aristocrats lacked. She was actually quite beautiful. Not as beautiful as Celeste, but... what was I
shut the
thinking?
fuck up, Tyrion.
I shouldn't be objectifying them like that. I needed to keep my thoughts clear. I couldn't just... I realized I was just standing in front of her, silently having this conversation with myself. She looked confused. I needed to say something. How did normal people talk? Should I say a formal greeting, or would that just
Tyrion, just fucking say something, my guy, oh my god!
Maybe I should say something more casual, like Celeste would. I could make some kind of observation to connect with her
This is
somehow.
killing me. This is killing me.
Yes. Ah, come on, Tyrion, just say something. Oh no.
I don't like this game, I think. Actually, this is deeply unpleasant for me.
It's I am the one who's speaking it. Come on. Okay. Hey, my fellow blonde. What's going on? This memory would haunt me for the rest of my life.
And you deserve it, Tyrion!
Hello?
I cleared my throat. I'm sorry if I was just staring. I was just daydreaming, I guess.
Oh, that's okay.
I wasn't staring at you. That's not to say that I wouldn't intentionally stare at you.
Oh, wait.
Tio, what the hell are you saying? She's going to think you're a psychopath. Recalibrate, change the subject. Social interactions occur for the sake of engaging individuals in activities. What activity would someone do at a lost ball? Would you like to dance? Tyrion, you don't know how to dance.
Okay. Hey, Aster, what do you think of Arya's dress?
It suits you quite well, Arya. You look lovely.
Gross.
But I must say, Ms. McCoy, I'm surprised to see you here. How did you get an invite to the Lord's Ball?
I'm just tagging along for one of Ruby's jobs.
Ah, that explains why Mr. Cuthbert is here as well.
Oh, Tyrion's back? Where is he?
Her eyes scanned the bar.
Oh my god, it's Celeste gonna see him dancing with another woman and
Mhm.
This is causing me misery, I'm afraid.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, I believe that's Lady Freyga. That's strange. She usually rebukes most men who approach her.
Oh, she does she? I guess Tyrion's special for some reason. He never told me he could dance.
Because he can't.
They were stumbling along the dance floor. The Crown Prince watched as Tyrion stepped on Lady Freyga's toes several times. Lady Freyga's toes.
I don't think he actually can.
What would Freyga want with Tyrion? She's up to something. Arya, what do you know about her?
Arya was still staring blankly at the Crown Prince. It looked like she was running through several calculations in her head, but failing to arrive at anything.
Ugh.
Another misstep caused me to step on her foot. I am so sorry, I don't do this a lot. Or at all.
It's okay. At least you're...
She winced in pain as I accidentally kicked her foot again. It felt like I was slowly chipping away at that considerate smile on her face.
This is why Tyrion doesn't talk to people. He's really fucking bad at it, oh my god.
Perhaps you should follow my lead.
I carefully looked downwards, watching to make sure I didn't accidentally parry her foot with mine. No, I'm just imagining Tyrion Cuthbert Souls-like game, and he parrying with his foot. Okay. It honestly made it easier. Looking at her face presented its own distraction. I'm Tyrion, by the way.
Yes, I'm aware. You've been in the paper a lot recently.
Oh.
I'm Leif, of House Freyga.
Oh. It is hard to believe they grew up in the same home, yeah.
She also looks nothing like Miriam, so it's hard to believe they're related.
Yep. Of all the people I could have approached, I chose someone from one of the popular families. But she didn't seem too bothered. Why would she agree to dance with me if she knew who I was?
I'm sorry for not bringing it up sooner. I can imagine you wouldn't want to associate with someone like me.
No, it's just that I had a run-in with your sister a few months ago. I don't think she cares for me that much.
And it sounds like we have something in common.
Before she could finish that thought, she suddenly froze. I almost tripped as
Is
I
Celeste
avoided.
fucking death staring her at, like from across the room or something?
Absolutely. I almost tripped as I avoided stepping on her again. She was staring wide eyed at something behind me. Her breathing was quickening, and her hand began to squeeze my shoulder. Oh. Okay.
Oh my god, no. Beatrice is fucking pissed!
Well, she didn't see anything. Excuse me, but she must have been told it by someone, maybe? Or does she have spells that we are about to learn? I turned to look and saw Beatrice storming through the ballroom.
Is that? I'm terribly sorry. I have to go.
Without another word, she quickly left, hurrying after Beatrice. Did the two of them know each other? Oh, she saw Beatrice leaving the uh, the crime scene. Let's say.
Did you
I
get
was
snubbed?
I was really locked in that she was coming towards us for some reason, but no. Okay, that makes no sense.
Yep.
Oh, thank the skill lot. Someone I actually know.
So, who was that?
She wore her usual approachable smile, but I could have sworn something about her tone was louder than usual. I was trying to talk to people. Isn't that what you told me to do?
Yeah, but I didn't mean that you should shoot your shot with a Frega. You're going to tell me how you pulled that off?
Do I have to?
Yes. Sit down. I snuck you some bread rolls from the buffet.
Oh, have you tried them? They're amazing. I really would have thought that shoot your shot was going to imply something much more serious. Okay.
Yeah.
Tyrion now has to regale her with the tale of how hard he fumbled all of that.
Yeah.
It really is you. Where have you been all this time, Beatrice? We've been so worried about you. Really? It appears you two have much to talk about. I'll be taking my leave. I've known for a while, but I still can't believe it. You're actually marrying her, aren't you? You didn't leave me much choice.
Oh, he was going to marry her?
Please tell me that's not the entire reason Arya prosecuted this trial. Please tell me it's not because she's jealous. As the future king of Wivengard, I have responsibilities. I doubt you would know anything about that. When did you suddenly start caring so much about responsibility? I've always done what I had to for the people of Wivengard. I barely even recognize you anymore. I'd certainly hope so, considering what I was like back then. I've always done what was necessary to stay in control, but what you're doing to Arya, it's... I know, but she's willing to put aside her disdain of me for the sake of Wivengard. 9 hells, do you seriously still not? Never mind. Seems that you're just as much of an oaf as you were before. And your words still have such a unique way of cutting into me like a knife. I oddly missed that.
Beatrice just scoffed at us.
I like the sprite. I'm so interested in these rich people's drama. I don't care about Celeste and Tyrion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Genuinely, I'm way more interested in what all the rich people have going on than what Tyrion has going on with Celeste. I'm so sorry, game. Oh my god, please say it again.
I really don't want to.
Come on, the look on your face gets better each time.
Oh, why? Hey, my fellow
They're
blondes.
just tormenting you.
What's going on? Celeste just started snickering to herself again. She started slamming her fist on the table, drawing some looks from the aristocrats nearby. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
Oh,
I guess any line will work when it comes from you.
I'm just glad it's over. I look like an idiot out there, and he doesn't even acknowledge the compliment. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's like an insane thing for her to say, and he just doesn't.
Hey, it's not over yet. You owe me a dance.
What?
Don't be like that. How often do we get to go to a party like this?
Before I had the chance to object, she grabbed my hand and started dragging me to the middle of the dance floor. I like this rendition. Very nice.
Really nice.
Celeste, people are staring at us.
Who cares? They're nobles. They're going to hate us no matter what we do.
She took hold of my other hand and pulled me into a waltz.
Nice.
Celeste, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Cheer.
Gee,
Cheer.
I think he's staring at her feet, but like.
Yeah, I understand that, but this does not help. Okay.
Yeah.
Celeste, I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's easy. Just stop being so awkward about it.
That was easy for her to say. Alright, can you at least tell me what to do?
Well, first,
Ooh, another CG.
you need to be closer to me.
With one swift motion, she pulled my body closer to hers. I don't remember being this close when I was dancing with Leif.
Yeah, well, I'm not Leif. Watch where I'm going and follow my lead.
You seem to know a lot about these things.
I had to do a lot of networking when I was a mercenary. Do you know how many times I had to charm a merchant into hiring me?
I see. I carefully watched the movements of her feet and tried to match them. After a while, we both fell into a gentle rhythm. I accidentally stepped on her foot, but she didn't seem to react at all. Was she being polite? Or did she genuinely not feel any pain?
You're getting it, but don't focus so much on where your feet are. Just look at me.
What?
Come on, look up.
I finally looked up at her, and she smiled back at me. It was embarrassing being this close, but every time I avoided her eyes, I found myself being drawn back into them.
Ah, there he is. The infamous Tyrion Cuthbert. He never turns away from challenging a noble, but he can't... he never turns away from challenging a noble, but he can't dance a step to save his life.
I was starting to become lightheaded for some reason. Was I sweating too much? I really hoped it wasn't visible. Every part of my body was tense, but I didn't want to break away from her. There was a comforting warmth behind all this. Things were always different with her. I let myself relax a bit more and continued matching her movements.
See? There you go. But
What is it?
you know the man is supposed to lead, right?
Maybe I don't subscribe to gender stereotypes. Let's go.
Based Tyrion?
Or maybe you just suck at this.
I'd forgotten what it was like to let go like this. It always felt like there was something to prepare. That there was something to prepare for. A client that needed saving, a killer that needed catching. I'd been so caught up in trying to learn more about the Eye of Horrors that I was ignoring other thoughts that I'd been having. I took a deep breath. Can we talk about what happened in our next?
Oh,
I felt her arm tense around my shoulder. It was weird, wasn't it? Us sleeping together? Or, I mean, I know we didn't sleep together, but I was nailing this. I was absolutely nailing this.
no, I get it. It wasn't exactly professional.
Yes, exactly. It was very unprofessional of me. Even if it was an accident, I'm worried that I overstepped my boundaries as your employer.
Well, Ruby's my employer. You're different.
Difference? How?
Oh,
She seemed to think about it for a moment before she sighed to herself.
I guess you're the only person who doesn't treat me like a monster.
Because you're a mage?
Come on, Tyrion, you've seen me fight. I know you're just being polite about it, but it's off-putting, right?
It really isn't. What are you talking about?
Really? It doesn't freak you out whenever I beat up a crowd of thugs in an alleyway? Or how about last night when I ragdolled that thief trying to break into your house?
I was honestly more impressed by that than anything else.
Stop being nice about it! I know it's not normal. Something inside me really enjoys fighting. I love it, but I also hate it. Every time someone's seen me fight, they start looking at me like I'm some kind of bloodthirsty freak. Even my parents used to look at me like that sometimes.
I'm really sorry if I've ever looked at you like that.
That's the worst part! You haven't! I never know what you're really thinking. You always charge headfirst into danger without a second thought. This whole kingdom is rotting with corruption. I don't get how you can be so hopeful and optimistic all the time. I really admire you for that, but sometimes it feels too good to be true. It makes me wonder what's really going on inside your head.
You're really passionate about protecting the people you care about. When you fight, I see someone who cares deeply. You love the people around you, so much that you're driven to stop anyone who threatens them. You make it all look so effortless. I don't think I've ever met anyone as strong as you. I thought you were always proud of that. It's one of the things I've always admired about you. I saw a smile curl on her lips as her face became flushed. You know the truth about me. I'm not some idealistic hero. I'm just a dumb, traumatized kid who thinks he can save everyone. We both stayed silent for a while, simply moving to the beat of the music.
Tyrion, I didn't mind being unprofessional with you.
Oh, that's good.
But only if you were okay with that. Would you be okay with things like that?
Oh, I still wasn't sure what she meant or why she suddenly switched to the present tense. Bro, you're killing me.
Why does he also have to be dense on top of it all? I fucking hate anime, actually.
Was she trying to imply that she also wanted to? No, I couldn't rush forward before I had more evidence.
I can't fucking stand this guy.
I needed to be tactful and vague. Well, I appreciate some level of professionalism in my work, but with you, I mean, that is to say that I would like to attempt. That's not to say that I don't want to only be professional with you. That's not to say that I don't not want to only be professional with you.
I
Scaled a lot. I just needed to say what I wanted to say. I've never felt this way about someone before.
huh?
Excellent use of the Eye of Horus. I don't know how to navigate this, but I want to, if you're okay with it, could we try? I suddenly heard the footfalls of several knights behind me. Celeste's eyes widened. Her lips pursed. Confused, I began to turn my head to see what the commotion was, but she just grabbed me by the chin.
Hey, why don't you finish that thought first?
Yep. Oh, God damn it, Arn. Beatrice Frege. Did he just say Beatrice Frege? I think something is happening.
Nope, it's just Orm. Turns out he's just an absolute monster on the dance floor.
I do appreciate that Celeste is very much trying to stop this from getting derailed.
I'm sorry, Celeste. That's not. It's getting derailed. But also, the absolute immediate image in my head of Arim just breakdancing.
God,
Well,
they should have made a CG of that.
True. Well, that just made me want to look more. By the authority of the Wyvingate Crown, you are under arrest.
Seriously? Now?
But we should go see what's happening.
Yeah.
You are completely out of line, Commander. I've never seen him this pissed. Whoa. I thought I told you to stand down.
Do you not recognize who you're speaking to? Let go of Lady Frega. I can't really do that, Your Highness. As we approached Beatrice, we saw the two princes standing between the Inquisition and Beatrice. Your Highness, what's going on? The Crown Prince scanned the room. Everyone's eyes were on him. He leaned towards me and spoke in a hushed whisper.
It's William Frega. He was found murdered in his study. And these cretins think that Beatrice is behind it somehow.
So sorry, Your Highness, but my orders come straight from Stewart. Lady Stewart sent you? Beatrice cursed under her breath and clapped her hands together.
I should go with them.
What? No.
My brother is right. They have no right to... We're causing a scene, and I don't want to cause friction between you and Arya. She's always been meticulous. I'm sure she's just being careful. I'm sure I'll be exonerated once they've thoroughly investigated what happened. Okay.
What? You can't just let them take her away.
Brother, she's correct. It is not our place to interfere with the laws of our kingdom.
But...
However,
Yes, Your Highness?
Ms. Beatrice is blind. One of your knights will need to escort her.
She's what?
We already had that, but okay.
Yeah, we already did, yeah. Oh, but okay, I suppose it was
I guess we
the
only
trial.
got it in the trial.
Yeah. Anyways, we are going to need to take you to a hotel cell meeting. One of you should stay with her and guide her through.
Please, I'm not a child.
Beatrice walked past the knights and towards the foyer. It appears that she already knew her way out. Shouldn't you all be following her? Right, Inquisition, move out. That... I read that and I can't just read that in the tone of Autobots move out. You know?
Yeah.
Roll out, I guess. It seemed to be just my luck that a night like this would end in a murder. What the hell was going on? Okay, let's take a break.
Yep. Pretty good timing on that, honestly. Like,
Solid time, yes. Yeah, I will put the PRP screen, and once again, Discord will not be muted, but we'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes.
bye bye. Oh. Yep.
Let me see if the... Oh, I need to redo the OBS, because I tried to restart the game. It did not seem to fix the things that I tried. But okay, that's fine. Also, one thing to note is that whenever I click out of the game and then the music cuts, I don't think there is anything that I can do, or I can, if I try to click back in, it will advance the text. So unless
Huh.
I purposefully click like one of the menus down there, maybe then it won't. But yeah, so I just read the line before I click back in.
I
Um,
see.
I can't believe the cat is here until now.
You're not screen sharing.
Oh, right, sorry, I forgot about that.
I can't see the game.
Um, is it here? Sorry.
Okay, now we're back.
Yay.
I can see now.
Okay. The lost ball had already run well into the night, even before the murder occurred. I wanted nothing more than to catch up on my lost sleep, but I'd made a promise to the Crown Prince.
After her meeting with William, she was with my brother and me the entire night. She couldn't have stolen the sword of spell eating and have murdered her father.
Of all the people that could have done those two crimes, why would Steven suspect a blind woman? Steven was never one to abuse her authority. There had to be a reason behind the arrest. Not to mention that the sword of spell eating had been stolen. After what Harold had said about it, I was uneasy about it going missing.
Mr. Cuthbert, could you defend Beatrice against these awful charges?
I doubt that will be necessary.
What?
Beatrice is Ruby's client. I'm sure that she'll be the one defending her.
And, and then Tyrion ends up completely not listening to Astra and instead being the one to prosecute
Yep.
her. Awesome. Well, that certainly puts my mind at ease.
What's wrong?
I'd like for you to investigate the crime scene for me, Mr. Cuthbert.
What? But we just told you that Miss Tomorrow will.
I know, but Beatrice is a dear friend of mine. I'd like every chance for her to be found innocent.
She was a dear friend? You must have known each other since she was a Freya. But why would Miss Timora, of all people, represent a member of a Pill family? It also seemed like she hadn't seen Beatrice in a long time. It was as if she had spotted a ghost. So why are we in flashback land for so long? Holy shit.
I don't know.
I can't believe this.
Celeste returned to the ballroom. She had changed back into her normal clothes.
Yeah, see, and you still have the red in her outfit that contrasts with the
Yeah.
pink of her hair bow. It's just like, why isn't the hair bow just red?
Yeah, true. What's wrong?
People in the coat room said that they couldn't find my sword.
What? Ooh.
That's fucking crazy.
And we have illusion spells going on.
Mm-hmm.
She once told me that it was forged in Eastern Kingdoms and crafted from the bones of a purple worm. It was potentially very valuable. Did someone steal it? Let's keep an eye out for it while we look around the manor. This might all just be some kind of mix-up.
I hope so. So can we continue what we were talking about before?
Oh, why was I so nervous about it? About this? Just needed to tell her how I felt. How did I feel? Ah.
This is not a fun time, if I'm honest.
Hello, Frolova Yuri. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Or that I took
Hello, Lee. We are currently experiencing the most insufferable romantic subplot.
Yeah.
It's
It-
not going to get better for a while, I don't think.
It might be best that we focus on the investigation. It might be for the best. His Highness is counting on us after all. I was being a coward, but there was a kernel of truth to what I was saying.
Stop being a fucking coward.
Okay. But we will be talking about this later.
Let's head to the crime scene. His Highness said that's where we found. His Highness said that's where the body was found.
Let's go.
Arcanum.
Okay. Oh, and now. Oh, it's changed the. These chandeliers look fancy enough to be worth a small fortune.
The banking houses are loaded, aren't they?
Each of these tables has a centerpiece of flowers on it.
To be honest, it kind of looks tacky.
I'm sure their notions of aesthetics must fly over the heads of peasants like us. Okay, nothing else?
Yeah, okay, that's everything already.
Well, then, Celeste, since we are not talking about that, what do you have to say about this instead?
Ah, there it is.
Thanks for fixing my room, son. Oh, that is the same as previous one. Yeah, okay. I was hoping that there would be more, but okay. Oh,
Yep. Let's go to the crime scene.
might as well. I arrived at the crime scene and saw the usual swarm of Inquisition Knights. Well, both of them at the crime scene since the other one was the stealing location. Okay. However, there were also some members of the King's Guard alongside them. They must have been working together since the victim was the head of a pillar family.
I wasn't expecting to see you here, Mr. Cuthbert. I thought Ruby Timora was defending this case.
Prosecutor Tyrion approached us as we entered the study, and she was followed by an unexpected yet familiar face.
Okay, if Wallace is here, that means she is already injured by this point.
Wallace?
Possibly.
What are you doing here?
He's here as my aide for the investigation.
Yeah, okay. I didn't doubt Wallace's abilities, but why would Tyrion need his help? Anyways,
Mega injured.
we are here on behalf of the Crown Prince. He hired us to investigate this case independently.
I see.
I'm sure he just wants to make sure the investigation goes smoothly.
Well, if you're here on behalf of His Highness, I'll do whatever I can to help.
This whole situation was strange, but our goal remained the same. Tyrion should be able to tell us more about what happened. What can you tell me about the murder?
William Frager was found dead in this room after the lockdown was lifted.
Wait, lockdown? What lockdown?
From what we can tell, his throat had been slapped open with a letter opener. The cause of death was blood loss. Both of his carotid arteries were severed. Carotid arteries? Fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, I think it is carotid arteries.
Yeah, carotid arteries, yep. Carotid arteries. Ugh. It was expertly done. Whoever did this knew what they were doing.
Carotid arteries are when Bugs Bunny kills the victim.
Yup. Here's the autopsy report if you want a detailed description.
Okay. Same. Were you able to find the murder weapon?
Yes, it was a letter opener owned by the victim.
The murderer must have found it in this room and used it.
There was one strange detail about the weapon. The handle was completely shattered. We're not sure what to make of that detail, but it's as if something crushed the handle using tremendous force.
Oh. What could have caused the handle to shatter like that? Oh, how could I... What's wrong?
The entire room is covered in traces of abjuration magic. Everything is glowing white.
Right, that makes sense. There were several anti-magic fields covering the manor. Those fields probably left traces of abjuration everywhere.
I won't bother showing you the traces of abjuration I find while we're here.
Which is going to mean that there were other abjuration spells casted that are going to hide among that.
Yep.
Repario Arcanum.
Okay.
Yep, all that's here is abjuration.
Another chandelier.
This room probably costs more than my family's tavern.
There's a window that leads into this room. Could the mother have escaped through here?
No, the window didn't open and the glass was magically reinforced.
It's a bookshelf filled with books.
I wonder what kind of books the Duke owned. Wait a minute, they're all blank!
All of his real books seem to be on the floor and his desk. Let's wait on that. Oh, I clicked and I dragged and now it's stuck there. Okay, fun. There is a large mahogany table at the end of the room. The Duke must have done his work here. Okay. There are several books about economics and politics. It doesn't look like there's anything of note. It's a fireplace. Could the mother have entered through here?
That wouldn't be possible. The chimney is far too narrow. Even a small child wouldn't be thin enough to fit through it.
Thank you for clarifying that. Since we know there's such a small child involved.
Yeah, that's actually the little brother.
Yeah. It's a painting of some sort of scholar. There's some text on it.
No way, he's not in a featureless void and is instead actually in a room.
Incredible, yes. Rook Resinger, economic scholar and aristocratic accountant. He was known in some circles as Rook the Cook, due to his ability to cook the books of the four pillar houses. Rook the Cook.
Rook the Cook. Sometimes I wish I could have a nickname like that.
Oh, that was okay. What about
Unfortunately,
Crimson Demon?
Celeste doesn't rhyme with anything.
Yeah,
Celeste the Blessed, I guess?
possibly.
Ugh, not that one.
There's a pool of blood and a chalk outline where the body must have been.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the mother is Santa Claus? Yeah. Okay. Okay, but Arya, what can you say about this?
Your runestone is still in good shape, I see.
Only because Celeste is really good at repairing it.
You never told me you could work with artificery.
It's like a 50-50 with her for her.
I don't
with this
think we've
before.
had this one before. I think this is new.
I just started learning about it a month ago.
Really?
What's wrong?
It's nothing. How does she have so much raw natural talent?
True, that is a question. You mentioned that there was a lockdown. When did this happen?
You didn't notice? The Inquisition did try to be discreet. But everyone noticed the commotion Beatrice and the two princes made over it. I suppose you two must have been lost in your own little world, weren't you?
Oh. Anyways, you said the Duke's body was found after the lockdown. Was the lockdown triggered when the Sword spell thing went missing?
It didn't just go missing. There was clear evidence that someone had broken into one of the heralds and exhibits.
So there was also a theft last night. Does the Menos lockdown system behave like the one at the Imperial Academy?
The systems are somewhat different. Unlike the Imperial Academy, the lockdown only prevented people from leaving or entering the manor.
So not all of the rooms were locked, but what about this specific room?
This room does have abjurative wards that lock the door and prevent teleportation in and out of it. In addition to that, the system placed an anti-magic field over the manor.
Huh. Okay. Now my question here is, wouldn't this anti-magic field just make all of the exhibits available?
Maybe.
And the system somehow covered the entire manor in this effect?
I'm sure you noticed the several purple crystals embedded in the walls of the manor. Each of those crystals produced an anti-magic field during the lockdown.
Okay. Oh, Anyone physically or magically connected to the Sword of Stability would be immune to the effects of the anti-magic fields.
Interesting.
So no one could cast magic during the entirety of the lockdown.
Not exactly. Someone could have used the stolen artifact to circumvent it.
Can you tell me more about the theft? Who reported this?
After Lord Haraldson reported what had happened, the Inquisition discreetly placed the manor on lockdown. They searched every room in the manor to try to find it. But it was eventually found in Beatrice's bedroom.
That led them to believe that she had stolen it.
That's correct. The King's Guard moved to arrest her, but His Highness ordered them to step down. It didn't look like she was planning on fleeing, so they planned to wait until after the party had ended.
But then they found the Duke's body.
Correct. We believe that she used the stolen sword to nullify the magical locks and break into the Duke's study. But if she had the sword, why wouldn't she use that to commit the murder? We're not entirely sure. We have a few working theories. She might have wanted to prevent the theft from being tied to the murder. Or perhaps she had more confidence wielding a knife instead of a sword. Regardless of her reasons, it's clear that the sword wasn't the murder weapon.
So she's not just being implicated in the Duke's murder, she's also being charged with stealing the Sword of Spellity. But what possible reason would she have to do either of those crimes? And how could she possibly carry out all these crimes if she were blind?
She's just that good.
Since the body was found here, was the Duke locked in this room during the lockdown?
Yes, William Frege knew that this room should have been secured. He was supposedly in a bad mood. He locked himself in this room for most of the night. He refused to let anyone into the room. The only person he spoke to after that was Leif.
Huh. Is this a case of he was already dead much earlier and nobody saw the body? Then maybe Leif is involved somehow?
Surely we're not doing the bellwether plot point again. She tried to tell her father about the theft, but he was apparently preoccupied with something else. He said that he wanted to stay in his study for the rest of the night.
When did this happen?
It was shortly before the lockdown was activated, a little after 1 AM.
I see. Leif must have been the last person to see William Frege alive then. I was already acquainted with her. She might be able to tell me more about the Duke's actions at night. Also, I'm just now noticing her actual face and comparing with what was saying there. I remember noticing her earrings, so the hair must have been like behind her ears or something.
Yes, she had like the hair swept to the side on one side and the formal outfit.
Yeah, okay, makes sense. By the way, Stewint, do you have a map of the manor?
I do. Would you like a copy?
Please and thank you. Type map, okay.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Well.
2 map.
Okay.
Let's see.
Uh-huh. But he wasn't in the bedroom, he was in the study, right? Okay, study.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Is this going to involve, like, going through the floor or the ceiling? Like, the fact that these are specific floors and everything is making me think three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Okay. Were there any other witnesses aside from Leif who saw the Duke last night? That
There
night?
was someone who heard the altercation, but it's not much to go off of. A servant was trapped in a storage room nearby. The air vent that connects to this room runs through that storage room.
Okay, we have evidence.
He supposedly heard sounds of a struggle through that vent.
What did this witness hear?
There were sounds of a struggle before he heard the Duke choking, presumably on his own blood. When the lockdown was lifted, he informed the King's Guard of what he'd heard. That's when they discovered the body.
I see. Who was this Ernst?
I believe you actually know him. His name is Jan Hughes. No
Nice.
way! What the fuck? What is Jan doing here?
I never expected to see him again, much less here, of all places. Did William Frege hire him after he was let go from the academy?
He's been working in Oranax, what the fuck?
Students, I really need to understand why you think Beatrice did this. She's completely blinded, isn't she?
You don't know her as I do.
It just seems really difficult to believe.
House Frege has always thrived by politically maneuvering around the other pillar families. And no one has embodied that more than Beatrice. In her years studying at the Imperial Academy, she didn't just excel, she dominated.
And she PowerPointed.
No way. She has an uncanny talent for understanding what people She has an uncanny talent for understanding what people wanted, and she knew exactly how to use that to her advantage. During her first year, she had the ear of the student council president. By her second year, she had stolen his position from him, and she only gained more influence after that. It wasn't long before professors were deferring to her. Students would seek her favor. She even had her hands in the school board. In 4 short years, she had turned the Imperial Academy into her own personal empire. She's always calculating, and she knows how. She's always calculating, and she knows exactly how to get what she wants. She was even arranged to marry the Crown Prince. Even now, I'm living in her shadow.
Ooh.
What?
Something happened to change that?
I won't speak much more of it, but there was an accident. She was horribly injured, and she lost her sight. Not sure what happened after that, but she later fled Frege Manor and went into hiding. No one knew where she'd gone, and she ignored any attempts we made to contact her. Last night's ball was the first time in years that Asta and I had seen her.
Then how did Miss Timora meet her? Would you happen to know why Beatrice was meeting with her father after all these years?
I have some ideas, but nothing concrete. I was hoping you could tell me. Timora and Beatrice have both refused to disclose anything about their meeting.
What could that meeting have been about?
Speaking of which, I haven't seen Timora anywhere in the manor. As the defendant's attorney, I would have thought that she'd be here to investigate the murder alongside you.
That was strange. But Miss Timora has always had her own way of doing her job. Perhaps she was using a different strategy.
Anyways, I imagine that she met with her father to request financial aid.
What makes you say that?
I have it on good authority that she was deeply in debt. But that seems so unlike her. Was she truly that desperate? That's the only reason why she would speak with her father after all these years. It's also why I believe she was the one who murdered him.
You think she murdered him for his inheritance?
It's the only motive that makes sense.
There was a lot to work through here. The prosecution was trying to assert that Beatrice committed the murder. But what would she have needed to do to carry out all of the actions described? We need to narrow down the time that the murder occurred.
The body was discovered after the lockdown was lifted.
And Leif Frege saw her father alive before it was activated. He entered his study, and she watched as the lock engaged. Murder occurred after the lockdown?
After the sword was found?
Yeah. Huh? Alright, good, but no.
Okay,
Oh,
no.
during the lockdown.
Right, yeah.
Okay, sure. That is still technically after the lockdown has started, but okay, fine. Right,
Yep.
the murder must have occurred during the lockdown.
But that means the murderer somehow got past the abjuration wards that protected this room.
Stewart and the Inquisition believed that Beatrice used the Sword of Spellity to get past them. Regardless of what they think, we need to assume that the murderer used some kind of magic nullification to get into William's study.
But that's not necessarily true, is it? What if the murderer entered the room before William locked it?
If they were in the room when William locked it, they would have been trapped here until he decided to leave. Not only that, they would have been discovered the moment the guards entered his study.
Maybe they used some kind of invisibility? Or they could have teleported away the moment the Kingsguard unlocked the door. This room is enchanted to block teleportation. A spell like that wouldn't have worked.
Right, I remember Mia did something similar to her dorm room at the Imperial Academy. What about Celeste's theory of an invisible assailant?
I'll admit that we did find small traces of illusion magic. But the moment the guards saw the body, one of them cast Detect Magic. With that spell, they would have seen any invisible people hiding in this room.
Wait, you can use Detect Magic like that?
Of course, it's standard procedure. Like all spells, invisibility leaves traces of magic on the person it's cast on. So mages can use Detect Magic as a way to see them.
I'm gonna see just a second. Okay. So we know for sure that they weren't here before or after the lockdown. This means that whoever committed the murder used some way to bypass the absurd wards that protect this room. The Green Goblin, okay. The next thing to consider is the murder weapon. It was a letter opener that was presumably owned by William Frege. The murderer probably used to avoid leaving evidence that incriminated them.
Maybe.
Murder took the murder weapon in Frege's study, I guess?
I guess?
Maybe.
Right, the letter opener came from this room. The murderer probably wanted to avoid using a weapon that would have implicated him. That is exactly what you just said, but okay. So they decided to use it and leave it here afterwards. That leaves a glaring hole in the prosecution's case.
And what would that be, Mr. Cuthbert?
What is flawed with the prosecution's case?
What if...
Beatrice Frege is completely blind. Even if she were somehow able to break into a highly guarded exhibit, how did she slip past the guards and enter the Duke's study? Furthermore, how did she locate the letter opener if she couldn't see it in the first place? None of it makes sense. Committing this murder unseen would have been a tall order for anyone. I can hardly believe a blind person did all of this.
You do well not to underestimate her, Mr. Cuthbert.
Look, I understand that she's probably really intelligent, but it just seems impossible.
There's anything I know about Beatrice Frege, she can turn impossibility into inevitability if she wants to.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Cuthbert?
What's wrong?
What would you do if you discovered that one of your clients was guilty?
What? I tend to have an insight into these sorts of things.
What will you do if you played Ace Attorney 2?
I've never been in that position.
I've already seen your uncanny ability to read people, but why don't you humor me? What would you do if they were guilty?
I suppose I would withdraw and tell them to find another lawyer.
And if no one else would represent them?
I don't know. It would definitely be a difficult choice, but I would never be able to represent them if I knew the truth. I don't think I could stand by another murder escape justice. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Dude's not gonna have much of a job if he continues with that. But okay.
Yup.
Okay. Anyways, she had made her stance clear. I still had a lot of leads to follow up on. Okay.
Let's move.
Nice. Gas storage room? Sure. We entered the storage room, hoping to investigate the events that connect to the Duke's study, when we came across a person lying on the floor.
Wait, Jan? Is that you?
Oh man, what's with all the noise? I was having such a good nap too. Mr. Hughes. Oh, it's you too.
Why are you taking a nap in the storage room?
The King's guard won't let us leave until they finish investigating the murder. And I spotted Lucius Stewart in that room with the nice couches. No way am I sleeping anywhere near that guy. Lucius Stewart was here? I'm surprised someone like him would attend the last ball. Anyways, the prosecutor told us that you heard the murder from here during the lockdown. Do you think you could tell us what happened? Sure, why not? My nap's ruined anyway.
Repario Arcanum.
There are several boxes in this room. They appear to contain various cleaning supplies. Now, is this a ladder or is it a step ladder? It's a step ladder.
I agree.
Do you think this game might have been inspired by its attorney?
That was an excellent subversion of expectations. Holy shit. Great way to make the reference to. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, vent. You can investigate the vent.
Oh. Oh, good catch. It's an air vent that leads into the Duke's study. Supposedly, Chen heard the altercation between the Duke and his assailant through this. Okay. I almost didn't see that. Okay. I feel like we've done this before. Sorry, did I already show you my runestone at the academy? I don't know. Probably. You know what they really need to make? A runestone that can instantly clean any surface. Why would an attorney need a function like that? Bro, okay. Okay, that raises an interesting question because... Like, does the game keep track if you presented that? I don't think so. I think that they are just saying that if I'm presenting the badge here, it's because I usually present it everywhere, so I probably presented it, yeah. Okay. Tyrion's a good person, but probably not a good lawyer. In practicality, considering their job is to give their clients the best outcome possible, even they agree to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you're working as a servant now?
Not exactly, but I was part of the catering staff. The twins started their own food business after Frega threw us out of the academy. Right, sorry about that. Things happen. I wanted to get them out of the place.
Wait, are Valentina and Valerie here too?
Listen, he just told you. Nah, they just contracted some staff from to the Duke for the last ball. Oh, I understand. Okay, fine. I think a bunch of other business did the same thing. I wonder how they felt about this. They lent their services to the very men, supposed to be men, okay, who got them fired in the first place. William must have offered them a lot of gold. Oh, I guess it can work. Okay, fine. Man, I can't believe I got myself pulled into another murder investigation. Do I have bad luck or what? The prosecutor told us that you heard the altercation through the air vents. could you tell us exactly what you heard? Well, I didn't hear everything. I was taking a nap in this room when it happened.
Why were you napping here?
I had nothing else to do. I accidentally closed the door when the lock was engaged. Before I knew it, I was trapped here. After a while, the sounds of some kind of scuffle were coming through the vents. I couldn't hear everything, but I heard the Duke shout, "Who are you? What do you want?" That went on for a few seconds. Then I heard the sound of someone getting stabbed. Did you hear
That
the
would
sound?
point to it not being Beatrice, because why the fuck would he be saying "Who are you" to his own daughter?
Yeah. Did you hear the voice of the assailants? They didn't say anything, but I did hear them. Their voice was really raspy. I think they had a sore throat or something. Or they were trying to mask their voice. Why did you enter the storage room anyway? Servants were complaining about rats running through their vents, so they sent me to take care of it. I heard one of them running through in the vents upstairs, and I followed it here. I figured it had nowhere else to go, so I opened it up and put a trap down. After I was done, I tried to leave, but the door was locked. So I took a nap. Oh, the shadow. Okay.
Big rat. Oh, big rat shadow.
He only heard a few words before the murderers struck the final blow. It was a small piece, but a piece nonetheless. Either way, it was time to move somewhere else. Oh! Huh.
This looks exactly like Miriam's room in the academy. It's almost like they reused the art or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
No idea who this would be.
That is not Beatrice, right? Okay, just placeholder.
No.
Come on, Tracker. Where are you? Achoo! As I entered Beatrice's room, I was assaulted by a large cloud of dust.
Well, that makes sense.
Ugh, don't get got in my eyes. Oh?
As my vision cleared up, I realized that there was someone else in the room with us. Oh, Leif. Sorry, I didn't mean to barge in.
No, there's no need to apologize. Hello, fellow Bond.
We'll never live this down.
I
We'll
really
suffer
did,
forever.
I really didn't need to be reminded about that right now. Hi.
I'm really sorry for leaving so abruptly like that.
No, I understand. My eyes wandered around the room. I felt really awkward for some reason. It was probably for the best anyway. I had no idea what I was doing out there.
No, you are fine. My feet still hurt. I'm sure with enough practice you'll get the hang of it. I'd love to dance with you again. Most of the men who approach me during the ball seem to think too highly of themselves. I much prefer your company. Well, that will have to wait. We're here on behalf of the Crown Prince to investigate what happened.
Right, we were wondering if we could ask you some questions. Her posture became tense, which was to be expected, considering the circumstances.
Of course. I'd be happy to help.
Oh.
Ooh,
okay.
psychological profile.
Okay, well,
Interesting.
what do you have to say about this?
It's a runestone.
It's an attorney's runestone. It proves that I'm a certified attorney.
So I'm quite familiar with them. They're truly a feat of artificery. Miriam has one for her studies. She's always so engrossed in it whenever she visits. She never talks to me.
Scrolling her TikTok. Okay, just a quick examination. It's a highly extravagant band. It looks similar to the one in Miriam's dorm at the Imperial Academy, yeah. It's a typical guess. Like everything else, it's extremely dusty. The dress are covered in a layer of dust. Doesn't look like it's been touched in years. Okay.
Well, it hasn't been. It has been like 5 years.
Steven told us that you were the last person to see William Frege that night. Did you notice anything unusual about your father's behavior?
Well, he was extremely upset. I think Beatrice may have offended him during their meeting. The servant said that he demanded to be left alone. He retreated into his study immediately after Beatrice left. I tried to speak with him when the theft was reported, but he didn't much care about the missing artifact. He told me to leave him alone and let the Kingsguard investigate the sword. He even activated the magical lock on the door. Was probably busy making the changes to his will. Okay, so it was that night. So Ruby was wrong.
Now
Get
that was
fucked.
an interesting thought. When did you speak with him last?
It was before they activated the lockdown. It was a little after 1 AM that night.
Okay. And do you have any idea what he was doing in his study?
What? No, I have no idea.
Dave, is there something you're not telling us? It's important for us to know about your father's actions that night.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything else.
Nice try.
My father didn't share much with anyone, even his own family. I wish I could be of more help, but I really don't know anything else. I refuse to believe that's why he was killed.
She was clearly holding something back. If I could reveal what she was hiding through an argument, she might be more willing to cooperate. But I will need more information about William and his will first. Okay, let's move then.
Present evidence?
Yeah, but we haven't visited the gallery yet, so I'm thinking that maybe...
Yeah, that's true.
And she was reluctant to actually talk about William, so... talk about the will.
Mhm.
We returned to the gallery and saw a legion of knights inspecting the crime scene of the theft. I didn't see Mr. Harrodshaw anywhere. The Inquisition must have still been questioning him. Oh, okay.
Repario Arcanum.
Oh?
Oh.
There are traces of evocation magic on the shattered glass.
Evocation is the school of magic that creates and unleashes raw energy. It's the most primal of the 7 schools of magic. Someone must have used a powerful spell to blast the display case apart. Tapete of some sort of scientist, supposedly, yeah, we knew that. Yeah, let's...
Intelligent automatons like arcane constructs?
Yeah, I think it's just if you haven't inspected them with the guy was here. The display case is completely shattered. The thief was able to do this despite there being several abjuration spells protecting it. Okay, that's going to say the same, and the display case holding... Yeah, I noticed now that
Yep.
the bracelets are missing too. Yeah. The display case holding the earrings of vitality is completely untouched. Whoever stole the artifacts ignored it. The display case that held the armbands of intellect is empty. Okay. Well, I guess you're right. Let's present stuff.
Get presenting.
Wait. Oh!
Oh, never mind. We have things to talk about first.
Huh?
We don't even have the argument unlocked yet.
Yeah, the bar has disappeared now. Okay.
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
This room is really dusty. Why hasn't anyone cleaned it?
I've forbidden the servants from cleaning this room. Beatrice is very dear to me, and I couldn't bear to have her room disturbed after she left. This room was the only memory I had of her.
She must have been holding on to the hope that her sister would return. That must have been 5 really long years. And what about the sword of spell eating? Do you know how it ended up in this room?
I'm not sure. Perhaps they knew that the servants were ordered never to enter this room. It's even possible someone planted it here to frame Beatrice.
What can you tell me about your father?
My father was a complicated man. He was a brilliant aristocrat and businessman, but he was a cold and distant father.
I see. Did he have any enemies?
As the head of House Freyga, he controlled every banking house in Wivengard. There were many people who resented his wealth and power.
Can you remember anyone specific? Perhaps someone that he had slighted recently?
There was Lloyd von Sanctus.
The ruling lord of Arinax?
Yes, I'm sure you remember him. His reputation plummeted after Dracogen's trial. My father took that as an opportunity to slowly take control of von Sanctus Industries. From what I've heard, he's been extremely bitter about that.
With things as tense as they were, I doubted that he'd get himself involved in another murder. But I could never be too sure. No one spotted a cat walking around during the last bout, did they?
No, I am certain there weren't any cats present.
She was utterly confident about that. Either way, it sounded like I would have to speak with him and get more details. But I really doubted that he would even consider cooperating with me. What can you tell me about Beatrice Freyga? I heard that she fled to the Freyga States 5 years ago.
Before she left, Beatrice was one of the most powerful mages I'd ever seen. She is incredible. At the age of 13, her talent for magic had even eclipsed my father's. But it was never enough for him.
What do you mean?
Before my mother died, he desperately wanted a son, but he only ever had daughters. But Beatrice was just as sharp as he was. She knew which threads to pull to get the results that she wanted, just like my father. Everyone thought that Beatrice would inevitably become the head of House Freyga, but our family knew the truth. No matter how hard Beatrice tried, my father would never acknowledge her accomplishments. He was extremely cruel to her. He constantly belittled her achievements and dismissed anything she said to him. And after the accident, he used her disability as an excuse to take away everything she had built for herself.
Ooh. If it's not too painful for you, could you tell me more about Beatrice's accident?
Is this even relevant to the investigation?
Any small detail could make a difference. I need to learn everything I can.
I'm not sure about exactly what happened, but it was a magical experiment gone wrong. Beatrice was working on a project at the Imperial Academy. She was trying to create a new spell formula. We're still not sure what happened, but there was an adverse magical reaction. The resulting explosion seriously injured her and left her completely blind.
I can't imagine how she must have taken that.
Actually, she was probably the most unfazed by what happened. Even on that hospital bed, she was still thinking of how to move forward. She was always calculating like that. But that didn't matter. My father saw his opportunity. He told me that he was relieving her of her duties so that she could recover. But I knew the truth. He was going to take away her political power and social standing. He wanted to reduce her to a mere decoration for our home, just like he'd done to every other woman in our family.
And that must have been why she left. Did she contact you during the time that she was missing?
No. No one had heard from her during that time. But as much as I was worried for her, I was also a little happy. Unlike Miriam and I, she had finally broken free from my father.
Well, we can try presenting some evidence, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just her own testimony.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that the bar has disappeared.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that things might be bugged, but also the option for an argument isn't there either, so...
Yeah. I'm not sure if we actually... Oh, we had presenting people. Oh, this guy. Okay.
Yep.
That man, he was my father, but I can't say I have fond memories of him.
He must have been difficult to deal with.
You have no idea. He was cruel, tyrannical, and only ever cared about his own legacy. He was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to maintain his power and status, including his own daughters.
It sounds like his treatment of Beatrice was particularly harsh.
It was. He never saw her as a worthy successor to her family's legacy, simply because she was a woman. Even after her accident, he used her disability as an excuse to strip her of any power she had left.
I can only imagine how difficult that must have been for all of you.
It's been a constant struggle, but we managed to survive. As bad as it sounds, now that he's gone, we might have a chance to rebuild our family.
I hope Leif did it, and I hope she gets away with it.
Yeah, that's where Celeste is. Oh no.
I guess we present more stuff until something happens.
This not gonna do anything, but yeah. Okay. Just in case. Okay, I guess, tell us about your family. What is your relationship like with Miriam?
My youngest sister. I actually don't see her that much. Really? Even though you're sisters? Our lives as nobles keep us very busy. We rarely have the chance to speak with each other. And ever since Beatrice fled the estate, she's been throwing herself into her schoolwork.
I'm sure Beatrice's return must have been surprising for you.
It is. To be honest, I've been hoping for years that she'd finally return. But now that she has, she's just gotten pulled into another one of our family's messes. I've heard of you. You're the defense attorney that everyone's talking about.
Wow, I didn't expect you to know who I was.
Yes, many nobles are uneasy due to your recent actions. It's very clear that no one is safe from you.
Oh.
Ruby?
Yeah.
Is there anything in the actual evidence that we can ask about?
Oh, there are armbands and swords, execution.
Surely she's gotta have something to say about one of these things.
Possibly. Oh, that is the same as related to her. Okay. Maybe she saw the. No. Okay. Okay. Anything about those? Absolutely not. Huh. Huh. What now?
A little unclear.
Let me try saving and reloading just in case.
Okay.
Nope.
Surely if we just present all the evidence, something will happen.
Either that or we try going to other... Like, does anything change over here? No?
Technically we didn't investigate everything in there because we'd already investigated the painting, but maybe the game needs you to have like...
The researcher, yeah, it's the same. No idea, okay. Nothing different there? No. Huh. go back to this. I was thinking that maybe it could trigger the thing again, but... Man, okay, I guess we can... I don't think we
already read
started.
this.
Did? Okay.
No, we did.
Okay, okay. I didn't remember that stat. Oh, I didn't mind me to do this. Okay. I did both of them. What do you have to tell me about the map? Okay. That's same thing as the other one. And okay.
Is the game bugged?
Let me check on my phone real quick. Okay. We are in part 3. Okay. Mhm. Wait, what areas do we have here? No, I didn't mean to click that. Oh!
Prepare your arcanum.
Oh my god, how did we forget to detect magic? And Celeste's sword is there!
Did we forget? Huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Okay. Okay. There's a
Trace of
oh.
transmutation magic under the bed. I can't see it clearly. Let me take a closer look. It's Crimson Lotus!
What?
It's my sword! What?
I never knew her sword had a name.
So this is where it's been.
But why was it in Beatrice's room?
Someone's been taking swords and putting them in Beatrice's room.
She reached out to take it, but I blocked her hands. This was the room where they found the sword of spell eating. It's likely that the two thefts are related.
But why? The only thing similar about them is that they're both swords.
I know, but this could still be a part of the crime scene. We shouldn't disturb it.
But...
I'll talk to Sirint. She can send some knights to guard it.
Okay, fine.
There was definitely more to this, but what? Okay. I learned everything I could for now. It was time to move elsewhere. Okay.
Okay, now moving elsewhere will actually accomplish something. Oh, the sitting room.
Oh,
That's new.
okay.
Convenient.
I explored the manor further and found one of its many city malls. And there I spotted a
Oh my God,
very
not this
familiar
guy again.
face. He was sipping on a glass of wine, and his indifferent expression turned into a sneer the moment I entered the room.
Oh, wonderful. As if my day couldn't have gotten any worse.
Don Sanctus, what are you doing here?
The head of a noble house has just been murdered. I can't very well return to Oranax when my affairs are in such disarray.
I hear that you've been busy since we last met. It must be difficult losing your empire to House Frege.
Tyrion, we do need his testimony.
Is that so? And what makes you think I'd ever help the likes of you?
Because it would take suspicion off of you, and with your reputation, you could probably use all the help you can get.
Oh, damn you! I'll have you know that I am still a respected member of the nobility!
Respected? Is that why the papers keep talking about your plot to blow up Oranax? Because the way I see it, being involved in another scandal would destroy what's left of your reputation. But it makes no difference to me. To be perfectly honest, I would like nothing more than to drag you onto the sand and embarrass you a third time. All he could do was grumble under his breath.
Very well. If it means I won't have to suffer your presence any longer, I'll oblige and answer your questions.
Oh. First question, what do you have to say about this?
Why do you always show this thing to me?
To let you know that there will always be people willing to stand up to you.
You know Von Sanctus Industries manufactures those runestones, don't you?
What?
The kingdom distributes those to practicing attorneys. Where did you think they came from?
My world had just been shattered.
Get on, Tyrion.
Don't let him get to you, Tyrion.
But my runestone?
Proves that you're a certified attorney. Doesn't matter where it comes from, it matters how you use it.
I guess you're right.
Repario Arcanum.
Huh? It's a painting of some adventurers in a tavern. Oh.
Ah, this must be Beatrice Frege the First.
Wait. Who? Huh.
This looks like someone's fucking D&D party or something.
Yeah. Is this... Like, is this the same orangutan or something?
I don't know.
Okay. The first?
According to legend, she was one of the descendants of the 7 heroes of Wyvern-God. She joined a band of adventurers who were traveling across the nation.
It was difficult to imagine the Fregas coming from such humble beginnings. Oh, my Wi-Fi is playing up super badly, so I have to go finally. Enjoy the stream. Thank you very much for stopping by. Sorry that I only read this about 10 minutes late. Yeah.
Someone
I'll
glitched
see
out
you.
of that painting just now.
Oh? Oh no. Right behind there.
Yup. Yep.
Wait. What?
What is it now?
That muscular man in the corner. He just vanished.
What are you on about? There was never a man there.
He's right.
No, I'm sure he was there.
Are you feeling okay?
Maybe I was just saying things I really needed to sleep. I like this playing with the
There's some
prophecy and what's
bullshit
there.
happening.
Yeah. It's a chair made from mahogany. Every part of this house just exudes wealth. Wealth that's been siphoned out from the common folk. It's a shelf filled with books.
Fake books. They're completely blank.
It's a door that leads to the courtroom. There's a window with a view of the outside. Okay.
Honestly, it's just one mess after another with you.
Mess? Wouldn't you have a lot to gain from William Frega's death?
While only viewing things superficially, you might be right, but it's far more complicated than that. House Frege controls the banking houses. They are the main pillar of support for Wivengard's economy. William's death could have unimaginable economic consequences regardless of who inherits his house. Wouldn't be foolish enough to do something like that.
That remains to be seen.
Think what you will. There are others who would benefit from William Frege's death.
You mentioned that other people would benefit from Frega's death. Who specifically?
If I had to venture a guess, I would say Lucio Steelwind benefits the most.
But you just said that the Duke's death could have unimaginable consequences for the economy.
Do you think that brute cares about Wivengard's economy? No, all that man cares about is power. Pure and physical power. House Steelwind and House Frege have been fighting for control of Wivengard for generations. And in this long-lasting era of peace, the Steelwind's military has become far less valuable to the crown. The only thing House Steelwind has done was completely mishandle these recent insurrections. If it weren't for Lady Steelwind's engagement to the Crown Prince, they might not even be considered a pillar family. The death of William Frege is probably exactly what Lucio Steelwind has been waiting for.
It was definitely in line with what I heard about the Grand General. It wasn't as if he were a stranger to murder either. Could this have been another one of his assassinations?
Not to mention, if our economy were to suffer, it would slowly create civil unrest. In a scenario like that, the crown would have to rely on Steelwind's forces to maintain order. And I'm sure you can imagine how that might turn out.
It's clear that you think Lucius Steelwind would have much to gain from this, but can you think of anyone else?
Well, there is Harold Haraldson.
That can't be his real name.
But what would Mr. Haraldson possibly gain from Frega's death?
From what I've heard, William was planning to defund the Haraldson Hall of History.
Really? Why would he do that?
I'm not sure of the specifics. Supposedly, Lord Haraldson has refused to omit the less flattering parts of Wivengard's history from his exhibit. It's gotten blatant enough that he's drawn the ire of the king himself. They actually got into a very heated argument during the Lord's Ball about it. I heard that William declared he would be removing House Haraldson from his estate.
I didn't know what to suspect, Mr. Haraldson, but I needed to examine every possibility. He had the easiest access to the Sword of Spell Eating, and he could have staged a robbery to cover his tracks. Yeah. What can you tell me about the defendant in this case?
But she's your client. Surely you would know her better than I.
Humor me.
Well, I'm sure you're aware that she fled the Frege estate 5 years ago. In doing so, she dealt a blow to House Frege's reputation and directly insulted the Crown Prince by breaking her engagement to him. It was quite the scandal at the time. And Lucio wasted no time in pushing his daughter into taking Beatrice's place. Honestly, the situation is just an absolute mess. And that woman's return will complicate things.
I'm sorry, if he wasted no time, that would mean that Arya would have gotten betrothed to Aster when he was 21 and she was like 13.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's par for the course for political marriages, but damn.
Yeah. Beatrice's returns would complicate things? What did he mean by that? Did you find Beatrice's return to be inconvenient for you?
What are you on about now?
Please, don't insult my intelligence, Von Sanctus.
Fine, if you must know, my son was arranged to marry William's daughter, Leif.
Leif?
Beatrice showed no signs of returning, it was apparent that Leif would inherit House Frege instead of her. I know when my days are numbered, so I took preemptive action. William wanted a male heir, and I needed to preserve my house, so we both came to an accord. My son and Leif were arranged to be wed. Son Sanctus would have been absorbed, but at least my Jaden would stand at the helm.
You nobles are absolutely awful. I should probably consider myself lucky I was abandoned.
Well, I wouldn't expect a commoner to understand. That's the problem with your generation. You have no sense of duty or obligation. Leif has already expressed resistance to this marriage, even though she was well aware of the details. Now I worry she'll hide behind her sister to end the engagement altogether.
They've never mentioned any of this. As much as I hated to think it, Leon's death could have gotten her out of the arranged marriage. I needed to talk to her about this. One Sanctus gave us a decent list of suspects. I probably learned everything I could from him. Oh no. It'd be best to move and follow up on those leads.
Leif has like insane amounts of motive.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Ah, okay. But now we have an invisible psychological profile, okay. Leif was hiding what
Great.
her father was doing in his study. I doubted that she was doing this for any nefarious reason. She might not even think that it's relevant to the case. But William Frege had many enemies, and he retreated into his study to do something that night. That something could be related to why he was murdered. Okay, good.
Okay, the psychological profile is back, thank God.
Doesn't know you very well, she has no reason to trust you. Believes in Beatrice's testimony over everything else. You're really sincere, so it's unlikely that she's just involved in her father's murder. She might react well if you respond with a similar sincerity. Okay. Is there something you're not telling us, Leif? Because
Like,
I have a
go on.
feeling... I have a feeling that you know more than you're letting on.
What?
What was your father doing in his study?
I already told you, I don't know. I have no idea what my father was doing. My father was a private man. He wouldn't share something like that with me.
You know that he entered the study to make some sort of adjustment to his will?
Yeah, but this is just through the thoughts. I guess we can present
Yeah.
it anyway. He was making some sort of change to his will, wasn't he? Okay.
Oh, what? Did someone else tell him?
Why did you find the need to hide this from us?
I didn't.
The thoughts I saw earlier seem to disagree with that. We've only just met, so I understand if you don't trust us. But the Inquisition thinks that Beatrice murdered your father, and they're claiming she did so for his inheritance.
That's absolutely absurd.
Regardless, your father's inheritance was probably the motive behind this murder.
Which
Yeah,
means
he's-
that a lot of people would have a lot to gain from his death, including you.
What? What was she doing?
Excuse me? I was not involved in this. How could you even think that I'd be capable of something like that?
Celeste, do not interrupt!
You were the last
I don't
person to
think-
survive the life, so it's possible that you were lying to us.
Nothing
Oh.
doubt, is it?
I didn't mean to imply that you were involved in this, but it's clear that the murderer's motive was to take control over House Frege. Could be good. Prosecution clearly won't shy away from it. Yeah, no. Rationalize for sure.
Yep.
We didn't mean to imply that you were involved in this, but it's clear that the murderer's motive was to take control of House Frege. This means that their plan was heavily relied on who William Frege was leaving his assets to. So I need to know, Miss Frege, how was your father planning to change his will?
I don't know. I was never aware of the details of my father's will. I've already told you, my father was a secretive man. He didn't share the details of his estate with me.
Wait, huh? Oh, in return, Jaden would inherit the entirety of House Frigga from William. Yeah, okay. Is that really true, though?
What?
I already know about your arranged marriage to Jaden von Sanctus. And I also know that as a part of this deal, Jaden would inherit House Frigga instead of you. You definitely knew about this, and you heavily resisted the marriage in an attempt to stall it. Which means that you had some idea of how your father's will was arranged. So, what aren't you telling me, Leif?
I can't trust you.
What?
You are here on behalf of Crown Prince Asta, and you're a known dissident. You, the other Pillar families, and the Crown have much to gain from my father's death. How can you assure me that this information won't be used against my family?
So that's why she was being so secretive. There's nothing I could possibly say to make you trust me, but please understand I'm only trying to find out who murdered your father. That could... If the response was similar sincerity, that could be good, yes. Regulations... Yeah. There's nothing I could possibly say to make you trust me. Please understand, I'm only trying to find out who murdered your father. To do that, I need to know what kind of changes he was making to his will. It's likely that whoever did this wanted to prevent those changes.
I have no reason to trust you. But somehow, I can tell that you're being sincere. Will you really protect Beatrice?
Reassuring her would be the best course of action, but something in the back of my mind stopped me.
Very funny knowing what happened in the trial.
Yeah.
Well, knowing a little.
I'll get to the truth of what really happens, no matter what it is.
Okay. If that's truly what you're planning to do, I'll tell you what I know. I wasn't trying to be difficult, but I didn't know who I could trust.
Considering the circumstances, that's perfectly understandable.
I'm not sure why, but my father was extremely upset that night. According to him, Beatrice had returned, and in his words, According to him, Beatrice had returned, and in his words, she was even more impudent than before.
Did he tell you what their meeting was about?
He didn't, and I honestly didn't really care. I was just so happy that my sister had finally returned. My father clearly felt otherwise. Before he entered his study, he told me that he would be pruning the family tree. He said he was going to draft a will to disinherit my sister and several other members of our family.
Ooh. Okay. Has anyone found the draft of this will?
No, it was one of the first things I looked for after the investigation began.
Modified will was missing. I doubted that it would be enforced. He never got a chance to submit it for probate before he died. But I couldn't discount the possibility that the murderer destroyed it. Does anyone else know about this?
No one. I didn't even tell Lady Steelwind when she was questioning me.
Because it would have established a motive for Beatrice. Anyway, think, Leif.
Tyrion,
Yes?
my sister isn't a bad person. She would never do something like this.
I know, but she's in good hands. Ruby Chimara is the one defending her in the trial after all.
Okay. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not.
I think I learned everything I could from Leif. There was only one last person to speak with, Harold Haraldson. This is a complete mess. As we entered the gallery, we spotted Lord Haraldson. He was inspecting the shattered remnants of the display case. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert. He's working for the Crown Prince. Can he be trusted? It seemed that word had spread about my deal with Esther. I'm glad you seem to be doing better.
Wait, what happened?
It's a long story, I'll tell you later. Not that I could explain exactly what had happened. Anyway, Mr. Haraldson, could we Harold. Right, Harold. I'm sure you already know that I'm investigating the murder of William Frege. Prosecution suspects that someone used the Sword of Spellwriting to break into the Duke's room. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the theft last night. I'll tell you what I can, but I'm not sure how much help I'll be.
I can't believe a museum owns magic items like this. I would have expected the noble houses to take them for themselves.
The nobility of today doesn't have much use for items such as these. The power of our lord is based on politics rather than magical strength nowadays. And a noble wouldn't want to wield the sword of a demon, even if the legends are just stories.
A demon?
Oh, right. The sword of Spellwriting is said to have been forged from a pact between a demon and a mage.
Isn't making a deal with a demon just asking for trouble? They'd definitely betray you the first chance they got.
Legends say that demons often drafted blood contracts for this reason. Would that be similar to a legally binding contract? The concept is similar, but once you sign a blood contract, both you and the demon are magically compelled to fulfill its terms. It's said that violating its terms will result in instant death for the offender, no matter who they are. So I guess there's some protection. Well, as an attorney, I'm sure you understand that it's possible to exploit and use loopholes in any contract. And according to the legends, demons take great pride in their ability to deceive and corrupt people. Although, I'm sure you know that already, Mr. Cuthbert. Wait, what do you mean by that? According to the prosecution, the theft took place during the last ball. Should there have been plenty of witnesses in the gallery at the time? That's the strangest thing. Supposedly, the gallery room was completely empty when it happened. What? That can't be right. And honestly, I have no idea how anyone could produce enough magic to shatter the display case anyway.
Were the wards protecting the case that powerful?
They were powerful, but that's not the issue here. It would be one thing to dispel the wards and remove the glass protecting it, but it's another thing to shatter the glass while the wards were active. Doing something like that would require an extremely powerful spell, far more powerful than simply dispelling it. But something about the readings on the logs console was strange. It's as if the protective magic had been completely nullified. That shouldn't have been possible. Ah, the locks are designed to be immune to anti-magic fields. The only thing that could bypass it was the sword of magic was the sword of spellwriting itself, and it only works when being held by someone. But if they had access to the sword already, they wouldn't have needed to break the display case. I think it's more likely someone used an extremely powerful spell. Probably. But the sword of spellwriting wasn't the only item that was stolen either. What? Was another artifact stolen that night, bro? You mentioned that another item was stolen. Yes, it is extremely concerning. After the sword of spellwriting was reported missing, I checked the other exhibits. That's when I discovered that the armbands of intellect had been stolen as well. And unlike the sword of spellwriting, we still haven't found the armbands. I looked at the glass case where the armbands used to be. They had been removed, but the glass case was completely intact. The thief didn't shatter the glass. Moreover, the armbands were actually replaced with a very well-made replica. What? What was going on here? The two thefts were completely different from one another. Okay, but... so... they were replaced with a replica, and so I guess they removed the replica to examine it, and now it's empty? But like, first of all, why did they even think to examine the replica? Was it a bad replica? Or else...
Well, no, it was an extremely well-made replica, apparently.
yeah, but like, was the... like, when we talked to him before, was that already a replica? Or Why do they think to check, you know?
Maybe someone cast detect magic and was like, wait a second, something's not right here.
Maybe.
Because they didn't have magic on them or something. I don't know.
You mentioned that someone would have needed a powerful spell to shatter the display case. Wouldn't that narrow down the list of suspects for the thefts? Not everyone attending the ball could cast spells that powerful. Well, according to the Inquisition, Beatrice Frega's magic was powerful enough to have done this, discounting the fact that she's completely blind. Yes, I'm well aware of that. It doesn't sit quite right with me either. Was there anyone else at the Lost Ball capable of matching Beatrice's power? Only the heads of the Fabulous could have evoked magic this powerful. But apparently, Beatrice is an exception to that. Was Beatrice really that powerful? Was she being framed by one of the house leaders?
But the cases can be opened normally, can't they?
And yes, the magical locks on the case can be disabled. Oh?
I was scared.
I detected some fear. Was he hiding something? How are they normally disabled? They can be turned off on and off using a spoken password. And how many people know this password? Only myself. I personally oversee the transport of these items when they're moved. So Harold could have stolen the sword that night. Would he have staged the robbery to cover his tracks? I guess he could have. If he can open the sword, the case and then remove the sword and then break everything with the sword, yeah. Harold, a witness told us that you've gotten into numerous arguments with William Frege. Was William Frege planning on defunding the Harrelson Hall of History? Yes, he was. But that doesn't mean that I had anything to do with his murder. Did your argument that night turn hostile? I'll admit that our discussion turned heated, but it never escalated to threats or violence. With how insulting he was, it should have. Billy was being unreasonable and I was frustrated, but that's all there was to it. He deserved what happened to him.
Real?
Very real, yeah. Did you have any conflicts with him prior to that night? We have had disagreements in the past. He was receiving pressure from the crown about what I was displaying in my museum. They can't believe that some of my exhibits were too controversial for the public eye. What do you mean? I'm sure you've noticed the rising tensions between the common folk and the nobility as of late. I've never been one to shy away from the bloodier parts of Wyverngar's history. The citizens must know about these parts of history, otherwise we are liable to repeat them. We are already seeing that happen with the Grand General Stewart and these insurrections in the countryside. Nothing but brutish simpletons, the lot of them. It was clear that Harold was passionate about his work. Would that passion have driven him far enough to commit murder, though? So many people had a motive to murder William Frege, but who actually did it? It took some time to review everything that I already learned. Worries aside, let's go over the events that happened that night. It all started when the Sword of Spellreading was stolen. What do we know about the thief of the sword? We don't have a specific suspect, but we do know something about them.
Maybe.
The thief has powerful magic, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not reading that again. Okay. The thief has powerful magic. Magic strong enough to bypass the abjurative wards entirely.
But what about Harold? He could have just unlocked it using his password.
He could have stolen the sword and staged the robbery, but he couldn't have shattered the glass. Only a powerful mage could have done that, and I doubt that Harold will lie about that when we could easily confirm it with Sylvan. Okay, I thought he meant that the glass could be broken with the sword, but okay.
Right, but then what happened next?
They brazenly stole the Sword of Spellreading. This caused Harold to report the theft to the King's Guards. Okay, yeah, we can just skip the flashbacks.
Mhm.
And then there's Leif statements. Yeah.
My father was extremely. Oh, yeah, I'm not reading
Yeah,
all that. We did just have it.
Leif's account gives us a clear fact about when William died.
What if?
William died
Died.
after
At the moment the body was found. After the body was found.
after the lockdown at Vegas, which was exactly what I tried to present earlier, but it didn't. Okay, why?
Which we already said he was murdered during the lockdown.
Yeah,
This isn't new.
yeah. William Frege was murdered after the lockdown was activated.
This means that whoever killed him bypassed the lockdown and broke into the magically locked room. They had to have used the sword, right?
Yeah, most magical locks are immune to anti-magic fields, otherwise the lockdown would have just disabled the locks. The sword of spell eating must function differently if it produced that effect.
That's still not concrete evidence, though. And we haven't even spoken to all of the suspects yet.
Right, I never got a chance to speak with Lucius Stewart. But given his status, I wondered if that would even be possible. Either way, it's a good start. And it's not as if we're defending the case. Trial was getting close anyway. I didn't doubt Miss Yumora's abilities, but I could still compare notes with her before the trial began. It was a little strange that I hadn't seen her since the investigation started. Maybe she was meeting with Beatrice at the dungeons. Yeah. I'm assuming that this is going to be the last session before the chapter break. I arrived at the dungeon to search for Miss Yumora. She wasn't at Frege Manor, so she must have been here to discuss the case with Beatrice. Or at least that's what I thought. I didn't see her anywhere here too. I didn't expect to see you here. Celeste let out a shriek as Iris approached the two of us from behind. She really had a habit of doing that. I was starting to wonder if she was doing that on purpose. Iris, what are you doing here? Ah, Beatrice is actually an acquaintance of my father. He sent me here to help her through this ordeal. That brought up so many questions, but I didn't really have the time to pull on that thread. It was less than an hour before the trial began, and I needed to find Miss Yumora. Have you seen Miss Yumora anywhere? I need to talk to her. She was just here, but she left to retrieve some documents from her office. Do you have any idea when she'll be back? She didn't say, but I can pass a message on to her. I'm sorry, but it's related to Beatrice's case. In that case, why don't you leave a message with Beatrice herself? She is the defendant of this case. I felt a little hesitant, but it was Beatrice's life on the line. If anyone should know about what I found, it's her. Okay, let's go find her. I followed Aries' lead as she led us to Beatrice's cell. Once we found her, she left the dungeons to give us some privacy. I spent some time going through my findings with Beatrice, from the list of suspects to the possible motives behind the murder. I noticed that with each revelation, she became more uneasy. The idea of someone framing her must have been stressing her out.
I see. You've certainly been very thorough.
Yes, but I still have no concrete evidence that points to anyone.
If he reveals these findings to Prince Asta, he might suspect something.
What?
Sorry, I was just thinking.
And I was able to catch one of those thoughts. Okay. Beatrice.
Not
Hmm?
not sure you should be saying that, buddy.
Yeah. It's going to be suspicious, but okay. Beatrice, I'm sure you're aware that Prince Asta has your best interests at heart.
I know. Even though we haven't spoken for the last 5 years, I still consider him a close friend.
I suppose you have no issue with me sharing these findings with him?
Of course not. This is bad.
Even he wouldn't support us if he knew that I was involved.
What? She was actually involved in this?
It's a big plot from the Eye Taker or something. Is something wrong, Mr. Cuthbert? Since Beatrice, Eris, the Eye Taker, obviously, and Timora are all associates.
Yeah. Beatrice was actually behind this? But how? And now Tyrion, of course, is going to tell that to Ruby? Yeah. But she's completely blind. She couldn't have navigated through the manor and avoided the guards. I did say that she was intelligent, but doing all this while blind was ludicrous. No, I must have been taking her thoughts out of context.
Mr. Cuthbert, perhaps you should get some rest.
I thought very carefully about what to say next. There was one way to get a certain answer to the eye, but if I was wrong... Beatrice, you weren't actually involved in this, were you?
Tyrion?
Her gaze narrowed in response to my question. Once again, she clapped her hands together.
Do you suspect me now, Mr. Cuthbert?
You didn't answer my question, Beatrice.
As if I'd even need to justify it with a response. But no, Mr. Cuthbert, I was not responsible for my father's murder. I might as well have been. Legally, I was more of an accomplice.
An accomplice? Someone else was involved in this. Cuthbert? Miss Timara? Amanda seemed to have sensed the mood in the air. She raised her brow at me. Miss Timara, can I speak with you alone for a second? Okay. What's wrong? Is everything okay? Miss Timara, Beatrice, she actually did murder Mr. William Frigga. Miss Timara's lips burst. Her eyes darted around the room to make sure the guards didn't overhear us. What are you talking about? How could you possibly know that? I saw it with the Eye of Horus. She conspired with someone else to orchestrate William Frigga's death. Have you told anyone else about this? No. It's not as if they would believe me anyway. You're the only other person who knows about my abilities. Okay, we'll talk about this later. I need to get ready. The trial starts in half an hour. What? You're not seriously going to defend her, are you? Bro, you know what lawyers are supposed to be, right? Of course I am. I heard her attorney. But she's guilty. I saw it. Look, at this point, I don't know what you saw. Do you think I can just abandon a client minutes before a trial? No, but it's not for either of us to decide who's guilty and who's not. Everyone has a right to an attorney.
Based?
Based, yeah. But more importantly, you had no right to use the Eye of Horus on my clients. I don't have time to argue about this. We will be talking about this later. Before I had a chance to respond, Miss Timora walked away. Celeste had given us some privacy, but she definitely reversed the tone of our conversation.
Is everything okay?
Celeste, I think Beatrice was actually behind this.
What?
I couldn't blame her for not believing me. It's not as if I could tell her about the Eye of Horus. Although, why hadn't I told her? Yeah?
Alright, so what do you want to do now?
What?
You wouldn't say something like that if you weren't sure, right?
I thought long and hard for a moment. Maybe we don't need to do anything.
What?
Steven is handling the prosecution, and she's far from being a pushover. If Beatrice is truly guilty, I'll just have to trust her to get the job done. Either way, I don't think we're in any position to get involved.
Alright, if you say so.
It was really none of my business. I had no stake in this. I wasn't obligated to do anything. I done everything I could. I would just have to leave it in Steven's hands. It was none of my business. William Frigga was a tyrant anyway. He was a noble who did nothing but steal wealth from the common folk. The world was better off without him. It is not as if any of this was my responsibility. Miss Timora must have been doing this for a reason. All I had to do was wait for the trial to run its course, so we could put this all behind us.
Objection!
Well, he's objecting from the other side.
Your Honor, I'm afraid you can't pass a verdict just yet. Mr. Cuthbert. Cuthbert? What the hell are you doing? I don't know. But what I do know is that there was a massive contradiction in Miriam Frega's testimony. Who was I kidding? As if I would ever stand by and do nothing. Let's go.
That's probably where we stop because it's like been close
Absolutely.
to 4 hours.
Yeah.
But man, I am excited for next time,
Yeah, I am as well. Well,
which isn't gonna be until this time next week because the Wednesday stream has to be cancelled because brother's birthday.
yeah, I was going to ask you about that after stream. If you were up to do any other day of the week, it will be fine with me, but it's also fine if we just
Yeah, no,
let
I
it
don't-
to Saturday. Yeah.
I don't think I have time any other day of the
Okay.
week this week genuinely. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
we just
that's
have to cancel that one and then
That's completely fine.
do
Yeah.
Saturday. But
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for today. Let's see who we can raise. Oh, yeah, we're going over to Allegory Evenstar. Friend of mine.
nice.
He's playing Pragmata. Oh, okay, cool. Evenstar. Okay. Yeah, I think I will do an extra stream tomorrow. Maybe, possibly. I'm not sure actually. Because I wanted to finish Mario Luigi yesterday. Didn't quite work out. I think I will actually just fill some of the weekdays this week with that. And
Yep.
and maybe get another small game in or something. Yeah. Okay, that's it for me. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.